Hello, I'm professional broadcaster Dan McDowell, letting you know that you are about to hear one of our free podcasts. But if you'd like to subscribe at dumbzone.com, you'll get 4 shows per week, plus the weekend wrap-up and any bonus sods like our Business Wednesday interviews. So, if you forgot how to use the 15-second rewind, that's dumbzone.com to subscribe. Now, on to today's program.
The Dumb Zone.
Dan McDowell is bringing jobs back to America. That's why he has long employed an American to mow his yard. Hoorah! Ask Jake Kemp who mows his yard. Dan McDowell's landscaper has a green thumb. Jake Kemp's has a green card. A vote for Dan McDowell is a vote for America.
Paid for by people who want Jake to go back to where he came from.
It's election season.
I heard about that.
You aware of that?
I heard about that.
It's like in the next couple weeks or something. Hey, can we vote on who owns the Cowboys?
The 49ers?
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like it.
Yeah, we're here again. We're high atop my garage today.
Like we never left.
That's right. This is kind of a continuation of last night. We had a very successful stream, and that I think it's successful.
A lot of people, both in here and watching.
A lot of people will watch that later, like throughout the week. Or maybe it's just me watching it over and over and over again.
Did they get
see all the funny things?
Did they get your balls out of the shot?
Was my balls in there?
No, I know you were real concerned about that.
Well, Rob, even right now.
We had a big meeting, and we're all like, all right, what do we do? This and that. And what are we planning for this? And Dan's like, I just have one more thing. And we're like, oh, okay, I'm sure this is big. And he's like, I think the camera's on my balls too much. I was like, all right, I got to go.
And then is that too high if we do it like this? Just put it there. If I just do this. Anyway, we are broadcasting live to tape. Oh, no, wait. I guess we are live to tape for the audio version. Mm-hmm. But we're live. We're actually live streaming. Hi, Internet. We're live streaming today. Hi atop my garage. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
Also sitting over here for some odd reason.
A graphic.
All right.
He wants to party with you.
Oh my God.
Danny, heavy metal. Say less.
He wants to party with you?
Kicking ass. All right. Okay.
Hey, Danny.
What's up? Thank you, Jason. Who did that? From
Jason, not Jason from the Internet. Jason, the hockey dad. Does lots of our little video things.
I've played hockey with his daughter, and that is not a euphemism at all.
Played a little tonsil hockey?
No, she was on...
She was on Team Bad Radio.
She was on our team, and we lost.
Well,
so I'm going to blame her.
Yeah.
For losing. We played Tyler Sagan in a game of 3-on-1 hockey. Yep. Full court, whatever you call that.
Rink. Ice.
Full ice, full thing. He had no goalie. We had a 13-year-old girl goalie.
This is back when Dan thought anything to make fun of women was funny. He's since grown.
Has he?
So, yeah, we didn't score a goal. It was one guy.
Did we not get one?
I don't think we did.
I mean, I remember me
I was
having
like,
a natty
this will
hattie.
be easy because we'll just like be able to pass it way over there, and then you could pass it way over there, and somebody's like. But Tyler Sagan, it's like he's a pro or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so he would just zip over, and I'd fall down, and I don't know.
It's a lot of fun. Not so fun.
The Cowboy game. Yeah, so it was a good time yesterday. Appreciate people being involved. Appreciate all the help. I didn't so I did go back and watch a little. I skipped through it a little bit, like last night after the show or after the game.
You're gonna watch the tape.
Because I kind of wanted to know. I was down there grabbing some food during halftime.
Right, for the Blake show.
And then I looked over and like you were there too, and I was like, "Whoa, should somebody be?" And then I look over and like Rob's down there. It's like every video man, everybody was down there just talking, eating, and Nathan Chandler was there, Julie was there, and everybody.
That's every game. Everyone leaves during halftime.
Wait.
I was up here with you the whole time, the time before.
Is anyone up here? And then I went back and watched.
Yeah,
it's the Blake show at halftime. Like Jameson was there. I was like, I thought you were gonna like play music at halftime or something.
Yeah, he also put on your headset, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Jameson?
Forgot about that.
Why? He's got a mic.
I wasn't gonna say anything until.
Why did you?
Why would he do that?
I wasn't gonna. Here's what I'm gonna. Was going to do exactly what I did. Which
no more
is,
Jameson.
I wasn't going to tell him, "Hey, that's weird," when it was happening, and then I was going to tell Dan now.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be weird the rest of the show.
I'm going to be weird all show anyway.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I was out of my. Who, me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel a little rough.
Seedy?
It was a late night for me. Going to bed like at midnight.
Yeah, we talked at like midnight.
Yeah.
You and I.
You got Blake halftime show to show us?
No, yes.
No, we don't.
Game? I don't know, hype man.
He is playing there.
Nathan Parker. Yeah, we were just talking about the D-Wade statue. It looks nothing.
Why would he need my headset if he has his own microphone?
I don't know.
Like confirm what these things look like ahead of time.
Oh, here's Blake going off on the D-Wade statue.
I need someone to ask me about Halo Roster Mania so I can go off about that.
I'd love to talk about Halo Roster Mania.
So we could go off.
Look at that wonderful product placement, too.
Sure.
Casey, this is
Well
not a
done.
smartwatch, it's just a Fitbit. Does that count?
Are you just reading viewer mail?
That's what Micah did.
Hi, Adrian.
And that's what streamers tend to do, so yeah, sure, why not?
So you're just reacting to the
Brad,
chat
This is me
in
taking
real
it
time.
easy on Spinks.
Yeah, if somebody gives me a jumping off point, I'll
Do another read.
Do you feel like you've had one of those yet?
no.
Do you feel uncomfortable right now?
I just
Yeah.
had to do the spot. I knew it didn't sound good.
It's funny.
Your high school football spot?
I'm uncomfortable there and here.
Yeah.
It's
Sitting on my
the
funny-
meta. Yeah.
funny watching this happen.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
agree.
really thrilled I landed, what did I say? Musculoskeletal care.
Yep. I think this is perfect.
I'm crying.
I think the
Hate
Super
it.
Bowl should call
Michael-
Blake.
This is our halftime.
Oh, my
You know
God.
what's-
It is
what's
until anyone else
interesting
comes up with an
is
idea.
hiring
Who's going to make the
Riles-
phone call to
Okay.
Beyonce?
Now-
Right,
now
hey,
we're
we got
or
bad
whoever it
news.
is.
Now we're getting into
The
Kendall
whole
Briles.
case
Yeah.
thing.
I guess all the heavy lifting I
But,
do during the game, I'm thinking I need
I
a
don't think
break.
they're going to fire
This
him.
halftime show knows
I'll
no
stay up
bounds.
here with you
Did
if you
something
want me to.
wrong.
I have to go down there so no
So
one
the
sees me
offense is
eat.
Kind of not good right now, but I can't.
Okay,
tell
I
how
can't
much
do
of
it
that is
anymore.
Josh
Okay,
Hoover and
Yeah.
Well, go to our YouTube page if you'd like to see Blake,
Killing it?
destroying it at halftime.
I'll leave at halftime next time.
I'm leaving halftime.
And I'll
We're-
throw my
we're
headset
building you
down
up,
and
dude.
act like
We're-
I've done enough for the show at halftime, like all the rest of you.
We're promoting you.
I saw pictures of the pizza, so I understand the seduction there.
It was legit. It was legit then, and it was legit when I ate it in the car today.
Really
Yeah,
good.
thanks to Booyar at Good Side Pizza.
Damn.
I would love to have some today.
I know. I'm sorry.
What happened?
So Blake
There was
left.
like a ton left.
Blake took a pizza home, but he left one here, saying, "I'll just eat this tomorrow."
You didn't.
And so I woke up and I see a pizza box in my garbage, and I called my wife. I'm like,
Well, hold on.
my wife took the pizza.
Oh, okay. I thought she just threw it away, in which case I was going to say, I'll go ferret that out of there for you right now.
No, she just threw the box, of course. And then here's what she does.
Puts
You
it-
know, the garbage
yeah,
can, it doesn't
yeah.
fit, so it's
trying to
just
teach
kind of
a
sitting there.
Kid how to use the square
Knowing
peg
that
round hole thing.
I will be the one who
Yeah.
will come clean that up. I'll put
Right.
it in the recycle bin. I'll do whatever. I'll break it down.
yeah, my wife will put
She just like lay it on top of the bin.
She's like, hey,
I can't put any other garbage.
This recycling needs to go out. And I'll look at it, and it's just 4 12-pack boxes. I'm like, these like lay down. You could just like pop this deal, and you kind of flatten them out. But not everyone cares about the environment like we do, Dan.
That's our curse, man. We're just too good.
Had pizza, had guacamole.
Yeah.
Lone Star.
It was good times.
Good times.
So let's do a weekend check. Today's weekend check will be brought to us by Elite Rides DFW. Did you get one of those from your house, which is 1 minute away from me?
Yeah, I got the Sprinter van.
Yeah. Elite Rides DFW is your premier transportation solution. Jesse Rodriguez is our man over there, and he's got a team that will take care of you. They serve the entire DFW Metroplex. So it's like, can I say it's like Von Lane, like a localer? Is that a word?
Well, Von Lane's a bus.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like better.
It's like that in that you get into a vehicle and they take you somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've got a 14-passenger luxury Sprinter. They got a decked out, like you feel like the president in their SUV. At least I did.
Yeah, I would say the best time to call 844-RIDE-DFW is like if you have a sporting event coming up and you're going to go out, you're going to do a little drinking. Or you're going to go to a concert with your friends. Yeah. In fact, here's how you can give a little gift to your wife. She'll think you're doing it for her. Like you get her concert tickets for her and her friends, and then you hook them up with an Elite Rides DFW, and then
who knows what happens later?
Who doesn't win though?
Right.
They go have a good time. They get the transportation there, and then you got your night to yourself.
And you've provided her with a safe passage home, so she might imbibe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you're at home,
and hopefully
then you get a little.
Or she just passes out when she walks in the door, and you don't have to deal with anything.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure, folks, with Elite Rides DFW.
EliteRides-DFW.com, promo code DZ15. You get 15% off. And you should tell them you heard about them on the Dumb Zone when you call 844-RIDE-DFW. Thanks, Elite Rides. Good dudes. Weekend check. Anything interesting, Danny, from your point of view?
No, full-on kid weekend, and worked on some stuff for the show, and that's about it. We did go to the park where they're rebuilding the baseball field. So I have a park a block from my house, Jake, and they're redoing the baseball field, so they dumped like huge piles of dirt so they can resod everything and redo the infield. So he loves playing in dirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the best thing,
it's free.
You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff for your kid.
No.
You'd rather just have a stick and some dirt, maybe a poop to poke that stick into, whatever.
Yeah, that's generational.
Yeah.
That never goes away. Poke and poop with a stick.
Yeah, occasionally we'll drop by the house that's getting worked on, and there's just a huge mound of dirt outside, and it's the most difficult thing to get my kid away from.
Yeah.
Like once he starts going.
A pile of dirt.
Yeah.
What's better?
Such fun. Do you have a mic over there, Video Man, or no?
I do not.
Oh. I always like to hear what Video Man did on the weekend.
Probably a lot of craft beer and sex.
He's a man of mystery. Yeah, he's got... Remember when we read that email about him probably having a big hog? He's never denied it.
He jumps out of airplanes at the X Games. I think he goes to concerts and stuff.
I know. He probably jumped out of an airplane into a concert.
And landed on his hog.
This weekend. Yeah, bounced up a couple times.
He did send me and Blake a picture over the weekend of him at a concert, so I know he was out.
He's always doing something.
Yeah.
Like when we go on a road trip, like he's right away, like we get to our Airbnb or whatever it is, and like I'm ready to go to sleep, like it's 7 p.m. and he's like, "All right, where are we going? Go out." Like, and then you just don't even see. He doesn't even care that we're not going out. He'll be like, "All right,
probably
I'll go.
prefers it.
I'll go." Yeah, he's like, I'll go by myself, and he's meeting friends. Anyway,
he's up early.
Machine. He's a machine.
Blake.
Let's see. Argyle's still undefeated in district play. took down the Burleson Elks on Friday night.
Did you say hey to Phil?
Yeah, I was going to tell you that Burleson is coached by Philip Tanner, former Cowboys running back. So that was cool to get to interview a former Cowboy.
He was the type of guy, Dan, that I promise you, at one point, you're back in 2011, 2012, you were saying on your show, why don't they feature this guy a little more? He seems like he's got something.
The backup is always that guy, right?
Yeah, he's balling out in preseason.
Last year was Rico Dowdle. Like, yeah, I don't know, a little spark there.
Backup running back, and you're like, okay, I see a little something here.
Do we need Pollard? At that price?
So, yeah, he came over. Remember John Kitna got into coaching here. He started at Burleson. I guess he, through some way, got Philip Tanner over there and back into high school coaching. And I don't know.
You know, it's all who you know, they say.
Yeah. Interviewing high school coaches can be hit or miss, and it was kind of nice to have someone that kind of got it. And so that was cool, talking to him.
Well, let's take a listen.
If you can find it, you can play it. And then on the way home, I got invited to the TCU Tech game. And I thought about going, but like Danny, I had kid on the weekend. And the cheapest ticket I could find was $70 to go.
Well, that doesn't sound like you were invited then.
Well, they had one ticket. And so I would have had to buy
buy a $70 ticket for your kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Which
waste.
Is not
at that age,
happen.
yeah, it's tough.
So while searching, how much the ticket was, I scrolled up to see, North Texas is playing at home.
Roll wave.
Would a babysitter
brother.
be more than $70? Probably.
Yeah, well, for that amount of time, it's probably about that.
Would your wife be mad if you had the kid for the weekend and then got a babysitter for all day Saturday?
I don't think so. But then I saw tickets for North Texas were $12, and I thought, okay, I'll take Brooks to that one.
They're pretty good, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you run into the wave.
Well, yeah, you can't slow down too. I think they ran for over 300 yards.
I think you're right.
And so
297.
It was 11 a.m., so I thought, yeah, we can get up, eat some breakfast, go. He can nap in the car. I just thought timeline, it worked out way better than the TCU game anyway. And then as he's sitting there in the stands, I realize football games are kind of made for kids. Look, you got a section of people playing musical instruments over there. Mm-hmm. You got a guy in an eagle costume here you can look at.
Check.
And then, players run, and then they crash into each other on the field. And then just kind of randomly, they'll play fireworks, and everyone starts clapping.
Yeah, and when he gets horny, they got cheerleaders.
He loved looking at the cheerleaders.
Yep.
Look at him flipping.
But he's a gymnastics guy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not anymore. We took him out.
That's like them getting me to change my Facebook status from like in a relationship when they first started trashing me. We're like, oh, boy, your kid seems gay. And he's like, you're out of gymnastics, son. We shamed him out of it.
First time somebody said he's going to be a yell leader.
That was it. Yeah. So that's
cool.
Boy, that was a couple hours of really easy entertainment.
That's great.
Got him some popcorn, just sit there, and he had enough to look at, and it was actually a really good experience.
I think next fall is my foray because they're about a year apart.
Yeah,
Carter and Brooks. So I think next fall I'm going to try to do basketball with Nora this year.
So you wouldn't even think of taking your daughter to a football game?
I don't think she would be into it.
What about the ref?
She does
look at the female ref,
but she'd feel empowered.
Yeah.
Someday
I could be a back judge.
She does like watching basketball.
Yeah, I used to go with
because it just moves more. With football, she's like nothing. She actually has said nothing's happening.
But like you and right.
So good luck with baseball.
A Mavs game, as far as a kid.
Oh yeah,
is sensory overload.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what else is good? Minor league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brooks will do that.
Because I used to go with Eden to the Fort Worth hockey, or the one over there in Hearst or wherever.
Yeah.
The Brahmas.
At Nitex, the Brahmas. Yeah. No, we went, dude. I've told you before. You want to know the divorced dad playbook?
Right on the glass,
I went to so many Fort Worth Fire and Dallas Freeze games.
Yeah.
Fights breaking out nonstop.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
I cherish those times. Yeah, I legit think I'm going to go to the Grapevine game this Friday night and take Nora to that just to see, because she goes to cheer camp. They're playing Argyle.
Yeah, that's a cool stadium over there.
It is. I threw up on that field once.
What happened?
among many others. I just used to throw up in games a lot. Like a lot.
Were you drunk?
No, I was playing.
Is that
Were
why
you nervous?
Anxious?
No, I just had a real bad stomach. You guys know that. I used to puke. Before every practice
That seems really weird.
because practice was only about an hour and 20 minutes after lunch, and I just couldn't do
Like
it.
a forced bulimia.
We'd go through like one-on-ones so I could get warmed up, and then I would just throw up. Super good for you.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, Brooks loved the band. That was pretty cool. People like moving into shapes. It was pretty fun for him.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
made it, to the third quarter?
Yeah, we left a little bit into the third quarter.
Nice.
You taught him how to leave a game
Only
early?
imagine trying
Had
to
to-
get my
had to beat the
kid to
traffic.
sit down for a football game.
Well, he had a big old thing of popcorn, enough to look at.
Okay.
It's great. And then birthday party.
no way.
Really good place for a birthday party. Gymnastics. Just let the kids on the trampolines and run around and
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
That's a solid one.
Yeah, so pretty solid weekend away from screens for Brooks. So I think that's a good one.
He's all high and mighty on, oh, my son doesn't do screens.
I'll take that voice over the other one.
Good call.
Do you want it next or me? Who wants to end?
Sounds like you got something big.
No, I don't. Really,
Oh.
it's fine.
Okay,
But
go
I'm
for it
just
then.
asking if you want. Because Friday, I made one of the biggest mistakes in my illustrious broadcast career. I think that's how most people would describe my broadcast career.
I read that in the trades.
I missed the birthday of Anthony Starr, 49 years old. Of course, not the leader of the boys. The boys are trying to get him. He's Homelander, so happy birthday to Homelander. Great dude. Great character, I should say. Not really a good dude.
Is he the one that has kind of like political overtones and it's a commentary on whether or not patriotism is actually immoral or not?
No, I think he's the one with the really long penis.
Oh. Okay.
So I talked to, and then I already told you on the stream. I guess you could go back if you really wanted the story, but I fell in love with a Kroger checkout lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know it yet, but she's also feeling it for me.
Really?
She'll know.
There's a
eventually.
checkout lady at Kroger that has drawn your attention?
Dude,
I didn't
Just
know
saying,
about this.
I went for the stock up, water, Kleenex, rice,
one banana.
and one banana because it was after I went to the gym.
I want to know what it is about this woman because I have something that's similar, maybe.
She's just a lady who was there. I fall in love quite often.
What a high
and,
bar.
She wasn't. It wasn't the lady at the Avis counter this time, but
There is something special though about, you could see on your social media feed or whatever a constant stream of just tens, right?
Yep.
And then you're somewhere where you don't expect to see a hot woman working. It matters more, like
There is
like the SEC.
Something magical.
she
Yeah,
might be Kroger
about that.
checkout hot. I'm not.
It doesn't
sure.
matter.
right?
Yeah,
But
the bank.
she did feel like a 10,
Yeah.
and if you got her out in society, don't know.
That's
But
why when I described the mythical beast to you, that is the Central Market female butcher hot, I became
right, obsessed with
low-key
finding her.
legally obsessed
That was
with her.
a Bigfoot type thing.
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Like
for
I was
sure.
just hearing about it from many people.
Look, there was a
You got to
lady.
be here at the right time.
There was a lady who worked at the bank that I used to go to almost every day for my mom's business 20 years ago, and I think about her all the time. And she was not that attractive, but son of a bitch, man. She carried the Wells Fargo brand.
I called my mom on Saturday because that's what I do. Good son.
How was the weather?
Weather's a lot chillier. It looked like I brought the warm weather to Cleveland. Ha, ha, ha. And then it left when I left. Ha, ha, ha. That was kind of the conversation. But she told me this story, which was somewhat amusing to me. You know her old friend Rose.
Oh, I do.
Not only her old friend, they've been friends for whatever,
She's
many
old.
decades. She is in her 80s. And as my mom will tell me, she just shouldn't be driving at all. So, like my mom, who's no champion behind the wheel or anything, will pick up Rose to go to movies because she just doesn't feel safe with Rose. Like, Rose has no idea what's going on.
As far as driving.
So
Or at
Rose
all.
has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Right.
Get in the car, Rose.
But
We're going
Rose
to the picture
apparently...
show.
So my mom said Rose
Is that a Granny's reference?
will often... One of the reasons she's worried about Rose is that she will get lost and then call my mom. And my mom has Rose on Find My Phone. So my mom, who is the least technologically adept person that you will ever meet, unless you've also met Rose apparently, she will look at her phone and then go and see that she's like in a neighborhood a mile away from her house, and she will talk her. She's like the OnStar.
Right.
She will be
She's
like,
Waze.
okay, turn right. Okay, Columbia Road's up. Okay, there you go. Turn right. Okay, now you know where you are, kind of. Like,
That's so good.
she is Rose's GPS. But the main thing that happened, I hope I'm not doing too much weekend check here.
No, not at all.
The main thing was right when I left work on Friday, when we got done with the show and everything. We did the show here, didn't we, Blake? Yeah, because I told Blake what I was going to do. I went to vote.
Okay.
Voter suppression, by the way, might be more intact in Ohio because my mom lives in Cuyahoga County. You've heard of the Cuyahoga River catching on fire.
I think I've always said Cuyahoga.
It might be Cuyahoga. I don't know.
Well, I'm looking to you.
I'm saying Cuyahoga County. And she was like, I don't even know if we have early voting. Can you do that? Because I told her I voted yesterday. And I searched on my phone for her one voting location, and it's like downtown Cleveland. And she's like, I can't drive. She can't do that. She's too old to drive downtown.
Like in the whole county or the whole?
In the whole county.
Jeez.
And
What?
it's one of the biggest counties in Ohio. One of the 2 or 3 biggest.
Yeah.
So, whereas here in Tarrant County, at least, there's 40 locations. I don't know. You just search it. There's going to be
Same in
one in
Dallas.
your town. Yeah. So I went to South Lake Town Square, early voted. They were like 20-minute wait, which wasn't bad, I guess, compared to like election day.
Yeah.
My wife did it later than I did, and she said she was in and out in 5. But
10 for me. Easy.
so I didn't know this. I don't recall this ever happening before, but once I got in the voting room, and when they talk about like we should demand an ID for vote, yeah, they check your ID. I don't understand all that. I don't understand anything in politic yelling. But yeah, they check your ID. They
scan it.
make
they
sure
make
you
you're
are who you
registered.
are. Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. Then all of a sudden, I hear this all the people manning. I guess they're volunteering their time, but they're all
they
olds. But I hear an old guy down the line yell, "First-time voter here," and then everybody applauds. Hey! Did you know this happens?
No.
Like they all cheer as if you're at the ice cream shop and there's a
your
tip
birthday.
given and
Okay.
ding ding or something. Or I don't know. And this happened 3 times while I was in there.
Happy first time voting.
Yeah.
Happy first time vote. Happy first time voting.
You get to sit on the bull, the mechanical bull thing.
They bring over a ballot with a candle in it that's just lit.
It's a
sparkling.
sparkler, yeah. But they did this 3 times. They would yell "first time voter." I don't know how they would know
That's
that.
really weird.
Do they know? Do you
Probably
say
because
it?
of the age on their ID that shows this is the first time they're eligible to
Yeah,
vote.
I mean, obviously your voting record is public. Not when you voted, not how you voted. But I didn't know that would come up right whenever they scanned
Were
you.
they youngs?
I couldn't see who they were.
They might have been just recently
just
18.
kind of a big room and.
Nobody did that for me when I cast my ballot for John Swiftboat Carey.
I think they did that at the Apple store when my daughter and I went in and she bought an iPad once.
Oh my God, that is so cult of corporate
Like they
personality.
did some kind of a cheering because she was buying the I don't know. It was
Because they
a
know
weird,
now they have you.
I don't know. Yeah, like
God,
she'll never
that's
buy anything.
so creepy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's my
No
weekend.
conflict or anything like that? I got a story in the news about a polling place sitch.
A conflict? No, I
didn't
thought
see
it was
tension?
interesting that
Two lines?
you used to be able to just click a one box and you would
Straight
vote
ticket.
all Republican or all Democrat.
Not
but
anymore.
now you can't. You have to vote for each thing. And it was kind of funny because there was like 39 or 40 things to vote for. You know, presidents first. Then you got your Ted Cruz versus Colin Allred. And then after that, I didn't know about any of them. Didn't know who any of the people were or any of the issues. And but about 10 of them, whatever they were, judge or something, they were Republicans running unopposed.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of Democrats running unopposed on the Dallas ballot.
A tale of two
Oh,
counties.
really?
A tale of two counties here.
Is that what's going on?
Dallas
Yeah.
is blue.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right.
you will see a lot of unopposed on both sides.
Like they just are like, why?
Yeah.
Why spend the money?
And then what typically happens, in my experience, is when someone runs unopposed and they win, they then start posting on social media about how they had the biggest margin of victory.
That's
in
what
the history
Eric
of-
Johnson did, yeah. Speaking of why spend the
What a-
money,
What a
too.
tool.
Speaking of why spend the money, I think I saw something this weekend about how much like the presidential candidates are spending. When we complain about whatever, taxing or money that's not going to homeless or whatever, like, couldn't a good portion of that go to help, I don't know, the economy or paying off loans or just something that...
Yeah, our campaign finance situation. And other countries have like weird versions where they do it too. Like there's one where it's almost like going to the fair where you get, I'm trying to remember how they do this, but basically you get like voting credits and you could give them to certain candidates, and that works not only I think for funding but also for how many votes that person gets. I think it works that way like in a parliamentarian system too. So, you know, you've got 10, you're like, I'm going to give it all to this guy, or I'm going to give it to 2 5s out. The way we do it is definitely different.
And then let me say
All,
this.
all the way down to the fact that it's not a holiday.
That was my next thing. I was
Yeah.
talking about that with my wife later, like just thinking of how much of a beating it is to vote, and she had to get off work and hustle over there, and like, shouldn't it be a national holiday? If voting is such a big deal and like everybody should do it and they're gonna yell at you and everything, like, well, what if everything was most people had the day off and you could just do it?
Because they don't actually want you to vote.
Who doesn't? I've always thought that was kind of more one party than the other.
Yeah, but I mean, to
That
get it
party
changed, it would
can-
have to be forced. You know, you'd have to have some pretty serious majority to get a law like that changed.
To create a national holiday, because I mean they've
Yeah.
created Martin Luther King Day. They've created, in my lifetime, I guess
Those don't really matter. But if they were able to wave a wand
like
and increase
they had
the
National
electorate
Tight
by-
End Day, and they can't have.
And what
Which
a
we
day
were-
it was, you
which
know?
we were reminded of
Yeah,
way too much last night.
yeah.
All right, well, there's my thing.
So on Friday, I went to Dallas with the wife. It was our 10th anniversary on Friday.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's
Making
no-
baby number 3.
That's no
on the
small
way.
feat.
Hey, thanks.
Seriously.
And we went to a little... Oh, you know what we did first? God, this is so washed. So we're remodeling the house. We're almost back in, but we have a lot more house now, hence the purpose of the remodel. We need a new couch, and like a big one.
This looks pretty good.
What are you doing with your old couch? Because I love that thing.
Oh, it'll be there.
Oh,
There's like a whole other...
so you need to add a couch.
Yeah, and a big one.
I was wondering what
Like
you
a
would
fa-
sell me your other
a
couch
family
for, because I
room.
love your other couch.
I didn't know that. Why am I just now finding out?
No, I have it bookmarked in my phone still. When I was over there,
It's a
your
comfortable
wife
couch.
told me what kind of a couch it was and where to get it. And
while-
then I want to get it, and then my wife's like, "Oh, you want to do everything Jake does?"
Damn, dude. It's a thing here, Danny. Both of our wives are like, oh, because Dan does it?
Yeah.
Oh, because Jake did it?
Like, yeah, if I see him doing something that I think is a better thing
Yeah.
than my bit, yeah, I'm going to do it. That's what you do in life. You adopt
The problem is we passed each other in the night on the drinking thing. Because he was like, I'm going to start drinking with you, bud. And I'm like, Dan seems healthy. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, right.
We both. I obviously, like every dude with a penis, I don't want to go look at decor. I hate it. I just hate it. I don't like going to the store with her. It's not about her. It's just I just don't like doing stuff like that.
Really? I love that stuff.
I like just
let
getting
her
it done
pick.
online. Yeah, because it's not gonna matter. Case in point.
Couch online is a tough one, though, dude.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. Is in general, let's just do online.
Like you want to sit in it.
But case in point, I got my own little mini dragon den, and she's like, "What color do you want for the paint?" And the first 3 I selected, she's like, "Maybe something like this instead."
Then why'd you ask?
Then why don't you pick?
I know it's cliche,
And it's
but
your
why
place.
are we at? I was like, no one will be up here but me. It's separate from the house.
So I used to think.
That's true.
I used to be up here. No one was up here but me for like the first 9 years we owned this house.
It's work related though. Like
Yeah.
your family wasn't just hanging out up here.
right.
So
was
there's
by
that.
design.
But then the couch, I actually really dig it. Like you're right. I want to sit on this couch. I want to lay on this couch. I might hump the couch. Just everything I'll be doing
Vance the couch.
to the couch. I'll vance it up. So we went to 3 different places in Uptown and like furniture stores and just went through the couches.
That was the first thing you did?
Yeah. Got to go while they're open.
Boy, that's a rough start to the weekend.
I was loving it.
Well, then it's over.
And then the couches we came away with.
Then she's all amorous.
It's like
she's
eating-
ready to do it.
Eating your vegetables first, so then you can eat
Yeah.
your meat.
which I do
I
in
do
every
too.
meal. But I came away from that thinking like any of these top 3 right here, I'm good. You know, really good. I like it. They're deep. They got the deep couch now. It's not like for tall guy. I don't want my knee to be this far away from the edge of the cushion. I want
Right.
the cushion to extend to my knee. You guys know Lovesac makes couches?
Yeah, they make everything.
They do make everything. In my day, the Lovesac was just like the huge beanbag, which
we have.
Yeah.
We have one of those.
But they make the couch
I think the
now.
seating at Inwood Theater is all Lovesac.
Probably. It's all modular.
Yeah.
So you can configure it however you want. And, Dan, right here on your armrests, they have an embedded iPhone charger
How about that, Dan?
where you just lay your phone down on the
Cordless.
armrest. It's cordless, like a cordless.
So you have to plug your couch in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because there's also speakers
Oh.
in the couch.
And it vibrates.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And it's like,
And you're getting this couch?
I don't think so.
Oh.
But it's in the top 3. So that was one thing. Then we went to dinner. Nice little French cafe.
Where'd you go?
I can't remember what it was called.
In Uptown?
Yeah. Then that was
Potbelly?
It was not Potbelly.
Okay. I know they have that there.
Saturday we walked to the farmers market and had lunch down there.
Fun. That's
Bought
a
a bunch
fun
of stuff.
day.
I'm a big Rex's fan. Rex's has the
Oh,
best seafood
dude.
or the best lobster roll in Dallas, in my
Their
opinion.
Yeah.
tacos are outstanding.
Love
as
the
well.
lobster roll, but I like a hot lobster roll. I don't want that.
The cold
I don't like
New
that.
England. Yeah, I'm with you.
Then we went back to where we got married in Southeast Dallas at the Trinity River Audubon Center, of which all 3 of you were present.
We were. I was high as shit that day.
You kind of look it.
Yeah.
There's a picture of everyone from the station there together with little baby Blake, little like 22-year-old Blake. And we were looking at the pictures. My wife was like, I'll never forget, like, Blake. I said hi to Blake at our wedding, and he was like, you know my name? And that was like a big deal.
I think I was training everybody my meat for
You
their
were.
soup.
You were peddling protein for bisque.
You had great soup, and I don't eat red meat. So, yeah, I was bartering.
So we walked around there. That was cool. And then on Saturday, then we went back to downtown where we stayed. We stayed at the hotel where we stayed the night of our wedding. And got a little pedicure downtown. Love it. I mean, come on, dude.
It's
I'd
the
had a
best.
pedicure in like 7-8 weeks. And Dan,
In 7 weeks?
Yeah, same here.
Oh, I gotta go every
I'm
2
new.
months.
You know I won't do a pedicure.
You're 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I did it once.
here's the thing: whites.
Whoa.
I told you.
That might change the game.
Dan won't get a pedicure from a minority, particularly an Asian, because it makes him feel as if he's in a like master servant role.
I've never seen anybody not from Vietnam in the place I
Right,
go.
you're
That's what I'm
typically
saying.
going
That's why I won't do it.
Laotian, Korean, Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I had a white.
I would probably
Yeah.
get my shoe shined at a white guy's shoe shine place. And that's kind of racist in
It
a
is.
way that, like, I don't want to be racist.
So you're taking jobs away from
But
minorities.
yes, but I won't. Yeah, it just feels too
You don't want to
mastery.
feed. You don't want to feed the stereotype. Is that what you're saying?
It makes him
Not
feel
that
like
I'm
he's
ever
a
getting a
slave, like
shoe
he's
shine.
a slave owner.
Yeah,
Right. Missed a spot.
Yeah. So went to dinner at a place in Uptown again. It's called Mr. Charles. Phenomenal. Just say magnifique. But afterward, we were going to go to Rubier, who was doing 3 shows over Halloween weekend at the Bomb Factory, I guess in their smaller room. In the morning, we were like, we'll just make this call later on in the day.
was that called Halloween weekend?
That's your party weekend.
Okay, next weekend is not.
Nope.
All right.
So tickets are only $25
I
in the
missed
morning, and then it's like, okay, we'll decide this afternoon. We got a ton of stuff going on all day. Well, when we decided to check that afternoon, they had gone from 25 to like 125 or 150.
Damn.
So, what are we gonna do? We did the we'll go see random comedy show.
So you had a Blake TCU versus UNT situation here.
Yeah, didn't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of ironic that I was like, let's go. This will be fun. Like, let's just go see it. It's Halloween weekend. You know this is going to be wild as fuck. She's like, yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't sound fun, like, without getting, like, messed up. And I'm like, how do you think I feel?
Welcome to my.
This is my reality.
Now, is she trying
Sugar?
to back off the drinking?
She just would have, like, a couple glasses of wine. But, I mean, if we were going to that show, like, with friends, normally we would have all been going for it.
Yeah.
In various ways. So...
Like, yeah, your
That's about the-
lifestyle has to change.
Yeah, I was like, that sucks. You don't want to go again. So, looked up a comedy show, found Dallas Comedy Club, which I've never been to. It's in the far end
Deep Elm?
of Deep Elm down there on Elm.
It's a nice spot.
Is that the place where they do improv and stuff?
They do.
They do everything.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I've been
but
there
they-
a few times.
They have like improv classes and stand-up classes.
I think I've seen Brent Crable there.
That definitely seems like a place
Yeah.
he would have worked before. There was a lady named Catherine Blanford headlining, and I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I watched a couple of her clips on like YouTube Shorts. It's like, oh, look it, let's go.
Oh, is that Kevin Blanford transitioned?
That is a joke for 3, and I'm one of
Yeah,
them.
he used to work for the ticket.
Was Darcy Robinson with him?
Yeah.
Or her?
Also,
So we went to
The
that
wet spot?
the 9:30 show. Oh hell yeah! There were I think I counted 24 people for the headlining act. Really, I guess that's just what it was the whole time. And it was a very weird experience because typically when I go see a comedy show, even if it's a small venue, it's an act that everyone in the crowd knows their bit. You know, like, for example, going to see Stavi or Nick from Cumtown. I've even heard Lawrence say this because Lawrence opened for Nick one time. Lawrence Rosales. He's like, that's a Cumtown crowd, which is about as narrow of version of comedy you can get. Everyone there is to hear the abortion joke, when would you pull out if you had to fuck your mom joke series. But if it's just a random group of people who just show up like, let's go to a comedy club, like they got a coupon or something, that's a different experience.
what do you mean?
Well, the comedian doesn't know what that group of people is going to find funny at all. And I think she's from Kentucky, but she definitely had some jokes where when they fell flat, other than to my wife and I, she was like, that joke kills everywhere. She's like, in Dallas, it appears I'm going to have to explain everything to you people. And she wasn't wrong. And
Was she funny?
She was very funny.
Okay, but like just too
Yeah.
non-PC or something?
Yeah, and
I don't know.
it was just off the beaten path a little bit. And, she was hot too.
Should we buy
is
stock?
that her?
Yeah.
Hey now.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
her name?
Catherine Blanford.
Catherine Blanford.
She's like 34, 35.
Should we buy stock in Catherine Blanford?
Well, I'm going to ask you to not go too hard, as I will remind you she is a woman. So,
Yeah,
there's a cap on how
there's a
funny
limit
she
on-
can
yeah.
actually be. The market cap, I guess, of this stock. But yeah, it was just she tried to do some crowd work, but then people are like not really funny enough or like into it enough or hadn't been to comedy shows. It's just weird.
Was it like a 45-minute set?
Yeah.
Or was it okay?
Yeah.
Was she dying?
No, but she definitely was like, her jokes were funny, but there was just no flow to the show because it's like she expected something to work, and then it was like, now I go to this.
Mm-hmm.
But she kept having to be like, I can't believe that didn't get a laugh.
Yeah.
Other than for these two.
Was it regional, or what was the tone of the
some, but really,
material?
it's more. Some of it was just like if there's anything political at all, we're in a place where people take that shit very seriously.
Unfortunately,
gun jokes. Let's settle down with that.
Maybe coming from a woman didn't help.
She mentioned that several times. But again, it was also Halloween weekend, so people were not going to comedy shows. As evidenced by the fact that when I was walking through downtown on Saturday night, it was very tough to tell who was homeless or who was in costume.
Interesting.
And this is another funny thing that happened right outside our hotel. There was a Dia de los Muertos parade on Saturday night. The Day of the Dead for the Mexican culture, I believe, is actually this Friday or Saturday.
It's the day after Halloween.
Okay.
So Friday.
But they'll celebrate it sometimes the week before, week after. It'll happen. So there was a parade in downtown that went by the Magnolia. So we go get our car at about 5 from valet, and they're like, oh, no, nobody can get their car until 10.
10?
They had things already blocked off. The whole street of Commerce was shut down.
Might have wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, no joke.
You'd think.
Yeah.
When we gave it back to them at like 3.
Yeah.
We're like, we'll be back down in a bit. Nobody said a word. So here's what I thought was funny about it. I was like, what's going on? The guy says there's a parade of some sort. I think he actually said there's a Mexican parade. And so
Spot the line.
I started Googling it like, hey, what's the route? When does this start? You know, is there something fun we could see here? And I found like a web page for it where you could sign up to ride a horse in it. If you have your own horse, sign up to do like carry a thing to honor a family member who is dead. But the website for where you signed up, it was like, the Dallas Dia de los Muertos parade presented by Reliant Energy.
Yes.
And I love, like, the only Pride parade I've ever been to. Like, I went to one in D.C. one time, and it was sponsored by Wells Fargo. Or, like, a TD Ameritrade or something. And it's like, here's a guy up here with just a rock-hard exposed dick on a bank float.
Right.
Like, on a stock market advisor float. It's just so weird. It's like this.
It's so bizarre what those massive financial institutions will throw their money at.
Here's like
they'll throw their money at cock float, but at the same time they're one of the biggest donors to
anti-gay
Trump
politicians
PACs.
or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So it's so funny. Here's like this thing that's core of Mexican culture, and it's like brought to you by Reliant Energy. But I guess that's 2024. Then we got back after it and flagged yesterday. I still only have one loss in my career, boys.
Okay.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, no. Before I left, they lost 2 while I was gone. Almost got in a fight.
You did?
Yep. It wasn't my fault.
Never
No,
is.
It's not your fault. It's every other person.
The guy made fun of your pedicure. What are you supposed to do?
Every
No
other
one made
person.
fun of that.
Yeah, that's weird. Back to that parade thing being sponsored. It's kind of sad in a way that everything
It's
is
so
for sale,
commercialized.
So commercialized.
Yep.
You know, we're going to talk about the Cowboy game, and the Cowboy Talk today is brought to you by Ownwell.
Okay.
Ownwell.com. That is the place that helps homeowners save on property taxes. So instead of spending hours filing your property tax appeal and preparing for an in-person hearing, possibly losing your appeal anyway, or like we did years ago, we won the appeal, and it was like for $30 or something. Like they were like,
Trump,
look, since
Trump
you
in the
came
NFL
all the way
or
down,
whatever?
or in the USFL, yeah, we're awarded $1. They will do all of that for you, take it out of your hands, and then they will just take a small slice of whatever they can save you. So you kind of think of it like, well, I would have saved $0. What if they save me $100? They'll take $25. They take 25%, which I have come to learn is the lowest on the market. So other companies will do this. They'll take 40 or 50%. Ownwell, 25%.
Average customer savings in Dallas County, about $500. So, again, 86% of people who use Ownwell, they're going to save you money. That's factoring in what you pay them. So, maybe you're part of the 14% who doesn't save money. Big deal. You pay nothing. So, check them out. Blake's already done this. I'm absolutely about to do it. Go check them out at ownwell.com/partners/thedumb-zone. And in my preliminary research, looking at this over the weekend, you'll see our logo.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, right at the top.
Right
I'm in year 2 of the Ownwell system. And so this year I didn't have to do sign up or paperwork or anything. It's on auto appeal. And so they'll automatically check if my property tax is where it needs to be. And if it's not, they'll save me more money. So your sign up is not for just this year, it's going forward too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ownwell. Now, we can't avoid it anymore.
Yeah, we can.
No, we can't. Oops. Wait. God damn it.
Yeah, we can.
It's sports.
That was ironic.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Well,
What'd you expect?
49ers 30, Cowboys 24.
Oh, I was going to say,
You got more on Ownwell?
just because it was a bit of an uninspired effort, I think it's clear that this is a top 5 offense, and the Suns are better. So it's not like the worst thing in the world to lose to them.
I know, but they were coming off a back-to-back.
They were back-to-back where they had to play everyone to
No-
get
no
past the
Bradley Beal.
Lakers. But I don't know. I think they're going to be in good shape.
We'll have plenty of time to talk Mavs.
I
There's
feel
like
like
80 more of those games.
I feel like Otger already living
There's
up to
only
the contract.
9 more. There's only 9 more Cowboy games.
I mean,
Wait,
how in
wait.
the world
10.
did the
10 more
Dodgers
Cowboy
jump out
games.
to a 2-0 lead in this
Insane.
World Series?
Is
It's
Ohtani
incredible.
coming back?
Did not see that coming.
And the Cowboys are 3-4 now.
I mean, where's Lucid going to go?
Like, shut up.
And if you take a look at the upcoming schedule,
They're lucky to be 3-4, and the upcoming schedule is not fortuitous.
and if you take a look at the NFL standings, in particular the NFC East, you're going to see the Cowboys down in 3rd place, and thanks to a miracle last-second play, that Washington, whatever they are, that's the obviously got to be the biggest surprise in the NFL right now. And I would think the Cowboys have to be in line for biggest disappointment in the NFL. I know some people might say it's the Jets who only have a couple of wins. Maybe the Bengals.
I was going to say Cincy, maybe.
The Bengals would have a good argument, but certainly a team that was 12 wins the past 3 years, you're kind of penciling them into the playoffs at least. Like even kind of an off year. But, you know, when you couple the Cowboys year with what Washington is doing, and Philly is still, they're not crappy. They're not, I don't think, the height of Philly like they were the last couple years.
No,
But they're still a pretty solid team. I mean, they really took it to Cincinnati yesterday.
I never believed that they were just done. You know, for all the, hey, Sirianni and Jalen Hurts don't talk, and they lost the coordinators, I never believed that they were just done. And here's the bad news for Dallas. You know, you kind of alluded to it in saying their upcoming schedule. They're 3-4, and they haven't played either one of those two teams. And both of them look considerably better than Dallas right now. Like
History, they've done well against them. Dak has.
that ship has sailed.
But, yeah, history isn't this year.
No.
Let's just take a look at Zeke to prove to you that history isn't just this year. I don't know. Where do you start? I guess you would start with, again, being in a significant hole, being down by double digits in a game, which has happened way too often. And then with the lack of firepower on offense, they're unable to get back in these games. I guess they got back in it. If you want to take a look, that they were Down by 6 with 3 minutes to go.
So tired of that.
This one was a little bit different, though, because if we're talking Ravens, Saints, or Lions, they were getting the piss kicked out of them in the first quarter. At least this one, they went to half and were up 4, and then
Progress.
Hey, you held them to well, they did score, but it's 13-10, and you're getting the ball back midway through the first. That was a little different. Now, that team is also extremely banged up on offense, but this didn't feel like the other ones to me for most of it. It was just then they got absolutely shredded in the third quarter, and their quarterback gave them nothing, and then they came with the Blake special of we'll try to throw some garbage time stats in here and make this a one-possession game.
Yeah, I mean, you had a banged-up team on offense still score 30 points.
I guess the reason I'm saying this is that the reason they've been giving, or we've been giving for, hey, their run game doesn't work, is because we've been able to say, yeah, because they've been down so much and they can't commit to it. The other team knows this, that, whatever. That was not the case yesterday. They were down a field goal in the third quarter. They can't run the ball if the score is 100-0 or 1-0. It doesn't matter.
And you wonder
because Zeke has nothing.
Well, I mean, how much of it is due to what Zeke and the rest of these, second or third options on any other team in the NFL are running behind? Because it's not like Cook came in there and did anything.
No.
That was magnificent.
But he's washed too, though. But, yeah, you're right. It's not good, but other teams also somehow, some way end up with – yeah, I mean, he's like last in the NFL in yards per contact.
I'm not defending him.
Let's see where he ranks. Yeah, okay. Out of 63 qualified backs, we got Zeke at 46th in yards after contact. He's a give up of a player.
And
Dowdle's sick.
It seemed
whatever
like
that is.
Yeah, that was an oddity, but you can't fault him for that, I suppose.
Yeah, I can.
But they were still trying to establish the run.
Oh my God!
Like as I recall, as we were sitting there watching the game, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, they were down 17 and running the football.
I mean, is this it's kind of a elementary fan thought, but you see it all the time in the NFL where the at the end of a game when you're down by a bunch, you can get yardage, you can score. Like, what if you just started acting like that earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we're in a spot. Like, know your team, maybe know your personnel, know that we cannot run the ball, absolutely cannot do it. You put no resources into it in the offseason, and I think enough evidence has presented itself now. You've tried Zeke, you tried even Dowdle, you tried Dalvin Cook a little bit. Dalvin Cook doesn't look any good. Who's the small guy? It's pretty clear. That's not your game. And it's pretty clear. And Jerry probably is telling him this. How about the two guys we're paying? Let's just let them do their thing even more. Okay, if Dak has to throw it more and CD has to be relied on more, well, then I guess that's what they got. Or how about this? The head coach we hired, we thought this guy's an offensive mind. This guy can make things happen. This guy can figure things out. I mean, they had a bye week. What was their creativity coming out of the bye week? Knowing they had these injuries and we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something insane to win this game. And they didn't try anything. They tried establishing the run over and over into the third quarter. Now you're down by 15. Well, let's still, first down. Let's just see. We got a 2nd and 15. I don't know. Let's hand off to the fullback. You know what? It's just.
Yeah, I mean.
They had 56 yards rushing yesterday, despite the fact that they kept trying to do it. Brock Purdy had 56 yards rushing.
Yeah, and they were more important and impactful yards, too, because he picks up first downs and he scored a touchdown. But to go back to the bye week thing, I mean, they had time to come up with something better than a zone read that involved Dak and Lipke on 3rd and 5 on the opening drive of the game. Right now, to me, that is the worst play call of the NFL season. It's 3rd and 5.
It was befuddling.
You're on your own 41. This is what you've been scripting out. Hey, what are the dozen or 15 plays we like the most in these situations? Okay, we've picked up 1 first down. Now it's 3rd and 5. I looked this up.
Like 3rd and 5, that's not bad.
It's not
to be
bad.
3rd and 5, yeah.
And they ran the zone read with Lipke back there because he's the blocking back. So you're kind of like, oh, they won't see this coming. Except coming into yesterday, and I guess still after yesterday, Dak has kept 1 zone read all season. 1. I think for I had to look up the leaderboard on Sports Info Solutions. Lamar's at 50. Now, those are the two polar opposites, but I'm just saying the reason you have to respect Lamar doing it is because he does it 6 or 7 times a game. Dak's done it once all year. So absolutely nobody is going with him when he carries out that fake. Nobody. Which leaves Fred Warner, a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, completely free to just blow Lipke up at the line of scrimmage. Lipke's career rushing high in an attempt before yesterday, and still, is 6 yards. So, and I think he had 14 yards on 5 carries going into yesterday.
His career
now
long,
he has 14 on 6.
His career long run?
Yeah, it was 6 yards.
Is a 6-yard run.
Yeah, so
he would have needed to career to get the first down.
Yeah, so both parts of the play. It's 3rd and 5, and it's like, what if we fool him into Dak keeping this one to get a guy out of the box? Well, he's done it once all year.
But
what if Lupke picks up the longest run of his year? Then we'll get a first down? That was insane. And it's the opening drive. You had all this time to think about this.
The thing is the defense has probably been prepped to know that.
Yeah, he's not keeping that.
He's not keeping
it.
The thing is, Dak is not good enough to be a one-dimensional quarterback.
Well
He's just
said.
not.
No.
He was more effective when he had a little bit of scoots underneath him.
Yeah, you don't have to take off, but at least be able
I'm not asking him to be wild ass, but
those rollouts used to work way better for him.
Yeah,
made Schultz a lot of money.
He's just not skilled enough, I don't know, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, or who's maybe more of a current reference of a guy that pretty much just relies on his arm and his instincts and his passing ability to move the ball down the field and not so much his legs. For people like Purdy, I mean, that's an option. Those guys have options. Baker's got that option.
Most guys have it.
Most guys have that option, and we've got a quarterback that pretty much, unless he's got the perfect scenario of a great pocket, 5 seconds to throw the ball, and a core of receivers that fight to get open, he's pretty ordinary, man. He's pretty fucking middle of the road.
It's tough.
I bet you could find the line in the sand of the Cowboys' red zone offense after he broke his leg. Because in the red zone, he would run that read option, he would keep a lot and score a lot.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And if he didn't keep it, they would respect it.
Right.
Yeah, Dak.
There's nothing the Cowboys do that surprise anybody. That opening drive said it all. You know, at that point, like you said, a week and a half off, we got to work in some wrinkles here, and they'll never see this coming play is a fullback dive to Hunter Lipke.
That was tough.
I couldn't believe that call. And guess what? They believed it because they were right there to stop it. He got smushed.
He did.
So Dak has 24 yards rushing this year in 7 games.
Yeah. This team does not have good personnel.
I mean, you go back and
Joe
look.
Flacco.
Oh, I love
No
it.
way.
Let's go.
Has 26 yards rushing in 3 games.
I mean, my question last night was how many quarterbacks have more athleticism, or how many quarterbacks does he have more athleticism than right now?
Marcus Mariota
Oh, come on.
He played a half.
has played, parts of 2 games. He has 36 yards rushing. Tua has 41 yards rushing. I'm just looking up here. Guys who have barely played. Mason Rudolph.
And Tua risks his life when he runs.
DTR was in what, 1-2 quarters? The Browns game I was at.
Yeah.
He's got 44 yards rushing. I'm just looking up at guys who have barely even sniffed the field who are above him. Tyler Huntley has triple the amount of yards rushed.
Okay, hold on
And
real
then
quick.
let's go
What did
up
you
to
say
the-
it was? 24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one doesn't totally fit your narrative. Maybe you were about to do it.
What? Go ahead.
So Dalton has only played in 6 games, but he is 37, and he is Andy Dalton. He's got 34 rushing yards.
Right, he's played less games.
Less games, and he's like 37-year-old Andy Dalton.
And if we go up to the top of the list, is, of course, Lamar. He has 500 yards, 501 yards rushing this year. And then you would say, but he's Lamar. He certainly can't throw. He has 2,000 yards passing. Now, he does have a game on Dak, but he's got 200 more yards passing as well than Dak. Do you want to go back to your thought of that you'd still rather have Dak than Lamar? That you were throwing out there before the Baltimore game?
No. I can't believe I said that. I thought it was Dak over Goff.
Wasn't it Lamar?
I don't think I said that.
I swear to God, I'm going to go back. Well, I won't do it. Go back and find that audio.
I definitely said it
What about
I'm
about
going to ask Beth to do it.
I love how Dan checks himself in mid-sentence.
Drop Beth.
I definitely said it about Goff.
Because I thought it was before that game, and you're like, no, I still wouldn't. I'm like, 2-time MVP?
You might have.
No, though, he's Dak.
And I'm also not
Wait,
going to
was that before rehab? Yeah.
I'm also not going to rule out.
You can,
Hey,
throw
I don't
everything away that you
That's
ever said
the
before
best.
rehab.
I know for
Now you're
sure.
clear-headed.
I know for sure that I've said that before, but it I think was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a time where I definitely thought that. Now I have to question the Goff one. But Goff also has a pretty sweet suite of players to work with, and the Cowboys. But the other thing too is their offense isn't dealing with injury. That's why McCarthy's situation frustrates me so much. This is who they knew they'd have back in August. Now, it sucks this is all they have. This is what Jerry did, and his version of all in is, why don't you just kind of keep what we had last year on offense, except make it worse?
Yeah, take a couple away.
And we'll make that your make or break season.
Put a couple of rookies in real key spots.
Throw them in the offensive line.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, it's worked before.
Not have an RB1 and RB2, but have an RB2 and RB3. Not have a wide receiver 2, but have a 1 and then like a 4, 5, and 6. How about that?
If Zeke was on the waiver wire.
Right now, no chance. Nobody would touch him.
Nobody.
With the Renegades.
Will Zeke be on an NFL roster?
Would he make an XFL team?
Let me tell you something right now. Humble brag. And at some point I need to tell you guys more about how this played out yesterday. We have a ringer on our team this season in flag football. He is currently playing on an XFL roster.
Oh, wow.
He would beat Zeke by 20 yards in a 100-yard dash right now. He is not an XFL player at this point. I'm telling you, dude. And I'm saying this after last night where he actually had 3 or 4 runs where it's like,
He was the
okay.
Cowboys' leading rusher.
He didn't fall down at the line of scrimmage.
So he had his 11-yard run was his first carry.
Yeah.
He finished with 10 carries for 34 yards.
Okay.
So
So a
3.4
average is pretty bad.
Yeah. 9 for 23 is what, like 2.7 a carry?
Yeah, now and then he had another like maybe 7 or 8 yard run. If we take that away,
Yep.
this is Zeke is running into the back of the line and falling down almost every time that he carries the ball.
All of their backs are.
No, and
They
then they're
are.
like, well, maybe Dalvin Cook will give us a spark. 6 for 12.
Yeah.
But he did break one off for 4.
Okay.
I mean, if we take that away, he's only 5 for 8.
His dad says he's not washed. Can I play?
All right, yeah, let's hear that.
So this was his dad, who I guess upon Googling this, I remember there were a couple stories about his dad. One of which is like he had a wild cat. I don't know if the story it says wild cat, not like wildcat.
Like exotic cat?
I think so. Some sort of.
I didn't even know his dad was in the.
Okay, yeah.
I'll go in the media game. I knew his mom is way out.
That's what I was going to say, is that I've always just associated it with his mom. But upon Googling this, I do recall that his dad had a situation with a wild animal. This is from 2019. Stacey Elliott, also known as Stacey El Muhammad, so he must have hit the portal, is facing 21 charges, including allowing a dangerous wild animal to escape, failure to notify of a dangerous wild animal escape, and possession of a dangerous wild animal after his serval, you've heard of that? Serval, which is an African wildcat, got loose and attacked a dog. So I do remember that story, but it's much more his mom who's out there talking Cowboys and talking Zeke and football. But in this case, his dad was on. He's with Clarence and another guy I didn't recognize. It looks like they're doing one of those like Cowboys shows where they're at like House of Blues or something. Brad Sham is there sometimes. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Cowboys happy hour.
That's what it looks like.
Okay.
The players there randomly sometimes.
Yeah.
They've got his dad on. Oh, hold on one sec. You know, I really feel like that was an A1 setup. Am I good, Blake?
I think so.
I could say that his ego doesn't feel crushed because he's not the so-called guy. He is the guy. As long as he believes he's the guy. I mean, give him an opportunity and then say he's not the guy. Right. But if you never give him an opportunity, you can never really say he's the guy. I said it before, I'll say it again. All these analysts, all these wise people, show me film where he's not the guy. Show me film from this year he's not the guy. I'll pay you $10,000 if you can show me. If anybody can show me. And I'm talking real talk.
10 grand.
I will give him
That's
10
real.
grand.
I mean, I've got
I'll
last
pay you 10
night's
grand to
game
fix your audio.
saved on YouTube TV. I'll exchange you that for $10,000, please.
Like I mean, obviously, who cares? The dad talking shit, but
by that measure, you're also the guy just because you haven't gotten your opportunity to show that you're not.
that's true. I've not been given 8 carries in an NFL game yet to prove that I'm not. And to Zeke's credit, it's not like he's making a ton of noise about it, but he's the worst running back who's getting carries right now in the NFL. And he's getting a decent amount of them. And that would be fine if he was backing up Derrick Henry. But he's backing up a guy who's a backup. And so is Jalen Brooks and Kevontae.
And all the BS last year was, they really needed him for the short yardage stuff. Well, they don't even use him for that.
No.
Like they're more apt to use Hunter Lipke.
Yeah, he's better at it. And Zeke was not better at Pollard at that last year. I mean, I went and looked at it, and they were about the same. It was just that those are the only carries they gave Zeke because that was about all he could handle. So he had more first downs and touchdowns because they were just giving him the ball in those situations. There's no rule that states when it's 3rd and 1, you have to only get 1.5 yards. Right. That's able to be turned into 7. Just watch what the Niners did last night.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad situation.
I've seen a couple of Dallas media people on Twitter. They're good at the video editing, so they'll go find a video from 2016 and put it right next to a video from this year, like the exact same play type thing.
Yeah.
And the exact same, whatever, minimal hole will be open in the line. And 2016 Zeke scoots through it and gets, 8 yards, and this year Zeke falls right when he hits that hole. It's a tiny hole. It's not really there.
The league knows.
I mean, even when they went to Pittsburgh and people were, that screen pass that Zeke caught and ran for 70, or even the game-winning touchdown right up the middle, that's not the same running back.
No. Nope.
So, let's see here. The running game bad. Zeke bad.
Got some fantasy yards from Lamb and Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
That hurt my fantasy team, actually.
You guys probably had a good time watching with friends and making jokes and eating pizza and letting Blake do his own show. But I'm telling you, watching that game alone on a couch and investing 3+ hours, it is effing painful.
They're an aggressively boring team.
It is so painful
they have
to
no
watch
swagger.
these games.
There's nothing creative about it. They're just a boring team, Dan. I don't know that
Yeah,
I've
at least
seen
if you're
it.
losing shootouts or...
Yeah. They're just boring.
That's why, that's why you long for Romo right now. That was always fun.
Crazy girlfriend.
I think I'm only going to point it out because it would have been pointed out to me if it was the other way around. But certainly, the Cowboys had some momentum in that fourth quarter, and oh my God, wait a second. I thought that you just had momentum. Oh, what? Wait, you can actually make 4 stops then? And then they don't have momentum? Does it work that way?
Well, I thought the game was over in the third quarter because the Niners seemed to me to have a lot of momentum.
They had the momentum.
Yeah.
But then the Cowboys did, but then, yeah, okay. I'm just wanted to mark that off. Mark that off the list. Lack of takeaways. Now, the defense is really banged up.
Yeah.
But they're -8 in turnover differential right now. And I think last year they were +10.
And that's always been a dicey thing to hang your hat on.
Volatile stat?
Yeah, but if you are a team that gets to the quarterback a lot and you do have guys who can make plays in the secondary like Bland and like Diggs, they're not going to, Diggs is not going to have 11 or 12 or Bland's not going to, whatever he had all that often. But if you do get to the quarterback a lot, you can typically be somewhat consistent in forcing turnovers.
Because one affects the other.
Yeah, you're going to be able to get last night, I can almost promise you that if Micah is the one getting that sack on Purdy late in the game, that ball's coming out. The one that he,
Now, how much does a humming along offense help that too?
You got to throw.
Well, playing with the lead helps.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, because the Cowboys are constantly playing from behind. I'll say that, but also say they weren't necessarily yesterday when Dak was throwing interceptions.
No, I think that's what I'm saying. Is it both for Dak and the running game?
Dak was making some poor.
There was really no need if you're like, oh, he's got to press because they were down.
Right.
No. See,
that was the excuse earlier this year.
I could buy it. And now it's like, dude, I don't even want to think that he's pressing because pressing would mean that he's actually seeing that that's there and being like, F it, I'm going to let this ride. I just don't think he's seeing it. It's the same as in the Lions game when was it kid from Alabama, right? What's his name? I'm blanking on.
Brian Branch.
I just don't think he's seeing these guys, which is really concerning.
Like, I was trying to sit and think, what if they didn't, like, would it be better if they hadn't given him the contract extension?
Dude, imagine if he was free right now. Or
Gonna be free.
Yeah.
He would get paid, but it'd be closer to Baker than what he is now. No.
And
probably not.
But if that were the case and the season is going the exact same way, would you say you would use that as one of the things to blame for the season going the way it's going?
Oh, because you didn't pay him.
You didn't pay him, and
that's true.
It's a distraction, and people are asking about it all the time. And okay, so they did that to get the distraction away. I mean, that's almost a no-win.
Yeah, that is. That's
for the team, I guess.
That's narrative kindling to just burn. But you know what, though, is at least if that were the case, we could entertain ourselves with quarterback draft talk.
Right.
And now it's like they're not – one, it's a terrible class. And two, Dak is the quarterback for the next several years. Yeah, Shedur's number 1 right now.
I think you're right about
he's up there.
Something being different about what he's seeing.
Something, yeah.
Because you don't make that throw. A normal quarterback doesn't make the throw that he made on the first play of their final drive.
That should have been picked by 3 different people.
And I've looked at that from a lot of every camera angle that was offered and tried to see if he was blinded or
in the post game, he said, I should have thrown it higher. And looking at it, no, you shouldn't have thrown it at all. He was lucky Warner tipped it because otherwise the safety was there for an interception. And even the guy covering CD was there.
Yeah.
There was no way that was a good decision.
Yeah, you might just have a guy he's reached a higher level than anybody could have ever thought, including himself. He's gotten paid twice, and he's just not that same player that he was when he got paid the first time. You talked about it a long time ago. We've been talking about it today, but just Dak without the running threat is an average quarterback, if that.
He needs full complement, man.
He needs a compliment around
very
him.
ordinary.
But if he's no running threat right now, 0. And then what is he?
And it's kind of a classic case, too, for the modern era where you get these guys early in their career and they have to rely on their legs a lot, and you just kind of think to yourself, well, as they get older, that part will leave them, but the mental game will develop.
Yeah, and that's not
to the point
we're not seeing that.
No.
That's
the thing, is that you take somebody like, I don't know. I mean, heck, Baker, for that matter. Baker's athletic, but he's not as athletic as he used to be. Mahomes is even not as athletic as he used to be.
Baker's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of these guys get better at that as they get older. Like Daniel Jones hasn't and never will. And now we're kind of starting to see that that's the category Dak finds himself falling into.
So last thing on my thing before we get to some game audio, see what Collinsworth had, because I didn't get to listen. That was Danny's privilege. Let's go to the postgame. Let's go to a guy learning that a media member had kind of had a smart-ass tweet about him on Twitter, and the confrontation, the Trayvon Diggs confrontation of Mike Leslie.
I didn't even think it was that smart-assed.
What'd he say?
It was a play where Kittle got loose.
It was the Kittle play where Kittle almost scored the touchdown.
Yep.
So he's rumbling down the field, and what did Mike Leslie said? Something like,
"What is Diggs doing on this play?"
That's pretty much it, with like a little exclamation question mark. I mean, I've seen way worse. Way worse. And yeah, that play didn't happen because Trayvon Diggs didn't want to tackle, but you've made the reputation for yourself as a guy who doesn't want to tackle. And on that play, there was a bust. There were probably 2 busts. He wasn't.
Doesn't look like he's.
But it also doesn't look like
going
he wants
100% there at the once Kittle was already 20, 25 yards down the field. Like Trayvon was one of the guys over there that could have forced him out of bounds perhaps a little earlier.
Sure, and he was not really having it.
No.
The thing that was amazing to me.
Kittle, it's a big man to get,
you can make a couple business decisions there every now and then when it comes to Big Iowa.
The thing that was, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be surprised by this, considering our modern athlete and what our social lives are like. But how fast did he have to get to his phone?
You shouldn't be surprised by it at all. And here's exactly what
that's
happened.
the first thing that he did.
He didn't search that out. You know, we used to talk about, guys who have search alerts for their name.
Yeah.
It's just one of their dudes, one of their boys, or their mom sent it to him.
Text them and say, hey, look at what
I promise
Mike Leslie did on Twitter.
Mama Z.
As if that's important.
Well, no, they sent it. No, they sent it to him saying, "Go front him the fuck up about this."
Well, just
that's exactly what it is,
dude. He hadn't even had time to take his shoulder pads off.
The first thing he saw when he looked at his family group chat was someone in his family saying, "That reporter's got it out for you. That reporter's been saying this or that." And he's heated because the game's over and they just got their head kicked in. He knows where Leslie is at that point. He's like, "I'm just going to go do it." That is how they are. They're doing it at halftime. I promise you. They're checking.
They're in there looking at their phone at halftime.
Yes, at least a peek. I know they do it in the NBA.
I wonder if that would fly in a Belichick locker room. It'd be like going to a Jack White concert where you have to put your phone in one of those bags and you don't get it.
Show.
Yeah, you don't get it until you're dismissed.
Is it too much to ask that you focus on?
I don't think so.
It is.
No, but it's
Do we have that video, Rob? Want to play the Trayvon?
Out of that whole play, that's what you took from that? You don't know football. You can't do nothing that I do. You can't go out there and do nothing. Stay in your lane, buddy. Stop playing me, bro.
Just asking a question, Trayvon. I mean, I'm happy to have you answer the question.
Out of that whole play, that's what you took for that? That's what you got from that whole play, that's what you got from that?
I'm asking you. We can talk about it more. What were you doing?
That's awesome. Things are going great.
I mean, you said we'll talk about these nuts.
Yeah, we can talk about it if you want. Yeah, we can talk about these nuts. Called him a fucking clown.
Also, it's an interesting exchange if we want to play it again. Like, you can't do what I do.
That's horrible.
I don't know that Mike Leslie was anywhere in there
claiming
insinuating
that he could.
Mm-hmm. And then he told him, stay in your lane, bro. Where Mike Leslie is a reporter who comments on the Cowboys, so it feels like that was his exact lane. Unless Mike Leslie was purporting to be an NFL coach or an expert on film, I think he's kind of like speaking for the fan there, just kind of wondering. And it certainly wasn't the focus of the breakdown of that play, was not Trayvon Diggs. But also should Trayvon Diggs should absolutely not do that. That makes it look like this team is falling apart.
It does.
Yep. He should not do that on a couple different levels. The obvious one of the way the optics of it, that it makes it look like they're falling apart. Another one is he's pretty clearly saying, don't blame me for this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like somebody else.
Yeah,
that's what you took out of this.
Like what you're
George
supposed
Kittle was
to say.
downfield.
Yeah, what you're supposed to say is like, hey, it's a team game, team bust. If you leave somebody open, somebody else might have to come off their man.
Right.
You know, if somebody screws up, it puts somebody else in a bad spot. But he not only went out there and kind of showed his ass, he did it in a way to be very much a don't blame me, I'm doing my job, which is never a good look for an athlete, especially somebody who's supposed to be, you know, one of your leaders. But, yeah, the whole thing, you don't know football, you couldn't do what I do. Stay in your lane. That is his lane. His lane is to, like you said, ask questions fans would ask, and then
he's another
ask the
guy
players
who
about it.
Had some gaudy stats, got paid, and
yeah,
you get paid, man. You're good.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid.
By the way,
out of that whole play that you took from that, you don't know football. You can't do nothing that I do. You can't go out there and do nothing. Stay in your lane, buddy.
Buddy is real disrespectful.
He's got his phone in his hand.
Question, Trayvon. I mean, I'm happy to have you answer the question.
Out of that whole play, that's what you took for that? That's what you got from that whole play, that's what you got from that?
I'm asking you. We can talk about it more. What were you doing?
What were you doing? That was a different person, wasn't it? That said, "What were you doing?" Sound like a different voice.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but a fellow media member who shall remain anonymous. I've met Mike a couple times. Like, I don't know him that well. He does fine work, but I don't know him. But he's definitely like TV bro guy. And a fellow media member said something to the media effect of, he's absolutely going to make this a major sign the screen type moment, you know, where this went viral and he's going to be asking the question of like,
oh, this is great for
not just great for
media.
him, but it's for sure.
Any media guy that has this happen to them, that's what the player also has to take into account when they're doing these things.
It's good for them.
This is what they want.
But you can write his next commentary on WFA right now of like, you know, maybe it wasn't all about that one play, but then again, maybe it is.
You know, like, here's 1,500 words.
I love it. Things are going great.
More. What were you doing then?
Yeah, I think that was him. Yeah, and I'm excited for Micah. I'm excited for Jerry on the Fan. This is great. I want to find out. They're not going to make any trades, right? They've decided that whether it's Koopa Cup or whoever, they're not interested. So this is what they've got. They're going to be probably dogs in 4 of their next 5 games.
This might ignite them for the trade deadline, but I just don't know what they can do. I don't know if Cooper Kupp is really on the trade block.
Well, I know Hop was. And people are like, well, he's not a great fit. Okay, he's not a great fit. Sure, he's available for a third that could turn into a second or maybe a fourth into a third. Derrick Henry, not a great fit. He doesn't fit in our offense. It's
right.
Like,
can't afford him, too.
Derrick Henry doesn't fit in your offense.
Wait, are y'all
what
saying
are we talking about?
They're buying?
Well, I mean, Jerry's not going to sell. So when I was just saying, Dan was saying there's not much that they would do.
Okay.
What do they have to sell?
Hell, sell everybody. I don't care. I don't know.
How about not everybody? How about not the kicker?
No, let's build around him.
It's a new idea.
Is he back in jury duty today?
Yes.
Tomorrow, I think, right?
One or the other.
I think they said tomorrow.
Trico said he's off the plane and headed to Tarrant County.
Wow, I thought he said that he had Monday off and he's going back tomorrow. But whatever, he's apparently it's a pretty big criminal case, right? I think
it's a felony.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. I'll have to get in contact with him and see if he's going to be available tomorrow.
You know it's bad when the most exciting thing about your football organization happens between Monday and Saturday.
Oh, yeah. It's good for us.
I'm sure they're going to sell more tours this week because maybe I'll see Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll see if he's still mad or see if Micah Parsons is limping.
Oh, God. Why can't I just pick a new team?
All right, let's do Collinsworth and stuff after a little break.
Boom.
The Dumb Zone.
The state of Texas podcasting needs leadership it can trust. Leadership that shares your values. Dan McDowell is a known hippie communist.
I feel like I'm lacking electrons in my body. Well, like it feels like they all just left me.
Do you want this man in your neighborhood?
I just searched shoes without rubber sole.
He uses an electric chainsaw, and his wife mows his yard. He's a woke parent who allows his children to embarrass him.
Guess what?
Stupid,
I actually
like,
don't know what's worse, the hang zone or the dumb zone.
Perhaps,
what's worse?
would be in order.
Dan McDowell, a carpet-bagging cuck. Podcasting in Texas deserves more.
Paid for by mothers against their husbands being pussies.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Use this tiny opportunity to promote dumbzone.com. Not the Dumb Zone, but dumbzone.com. We got all kinds of stuff on there, and since it is an ad-supported day, we have a little spot in there for all the promo codes and stuff. So if you ever miss one of those, it's on dumbzone.com. You know what? Not really the full viewer mailbag today. Just 3 birthdays, so I thought I could give those to you right now before we do Cowboy Audio. Still looking for naming the Thursday. If we're going to just kind of save, like a good emails for one day.
Right.
Then we could each have some.
What was wrong with the name you came up with?
What did I have?
Let's see. I thought I would have it right in front of me. Oh, the Thursday viewer mail follow-up extravaganza inclement fossil thing.
You have to put my in there?
That's what you said.
You don't think I'm self-conscious enough about the fact that I can't speak?
I think you speak good.
Thanks, Gro. Like I said, just a few birthdays. Boys, paid D1 subby 480 here. I'd like to wish happy birthday to my daughter, Cora. I tried giving her a unique name 13 years ago, but I screwed up and I didn't watch Downton Abbey.
Is there a Cora?
I don't know, but I do know that is a popular name.
Was she one of the ones that was there?
Pack that was there? No, I don't know.
More roast twins and Rob's off-mic cussing. I'll be a +1 for a backyard show near the hallowed table. Isn't that on the market now?
It will be this week, yeah.
Should we do a show there? We got to do a show there before you get rid of it.
Does the table stay?
Probably, yeah. We had to price up all the furniture.
I think we need that table.
Dude, yeah. That table should be in our studio.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way that it would really be worth it is if we recreated the photo.
Our Smithsonian.
With the two of you, I'm off to the side.
Sure.
And that's in the calendar.
And he signs off, go Plano.
Wildcats.
Go Plano East.
Wildcats. I don't know.
Junkies.
Plano East Panthers. From Tyler the Leech guy. Apparently he's emailed us about leeches.
He really has. Quite a bit. I think he was the one that might have told us about his wife having to clean him up at the hospital. They kind of just crawl around full of blood.
Yeah, you got to find them.
Now, I don't like to work blue, but I will tell I've become more of a fan of the word because they use it a lot on the boys. Because there's like a British guy.
In it.
So if 13-year-old Cora wants to tune out, she can. But the point is I'm going to read the next birthday, which starts.
It's going to be an F-bomb.
C word.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Connoisseur of the cunt or something.
Dear Cunt Dracula.
They do love that word, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
It just shows the more you use a word, the less power it has.
Sure. Yep. You want to...
You want to take that first step?
I'd like to wish good DZ listener Derek happy Dirk birthday. Y'all are the best. Have an awesome week. From Chase.
Come on.
Who says $6.90 sent to your Venmo for your efforts.
Nice email.
And finally, this is an email from Philip T. Kingston.
Oh boy.
Esquire.
One of the dream, kind of the. He's probably the Homelander of the Dream Team.
I can't.
Estimado Tio Panochador. He says that's Spanish for hi old Dan. Today is my Ray Lewis birthday, which I have been led to believe entitles me to one free murder.
Just get rid of the suit.
Alternatively, you could give me one as a gift. Check my gift registry for a list of names. I am traveling with a huge DF named Shahid. He sometimes tells white people to call him Sean. So everyone on this F1 trip calls him Sean Heed. Let's see. More TC, Caitlin, Heart Attack Man, and Soroy. Leader is Danny for absolutely refusing to listen to any show that he's not hosting. I'm a D1 DF, but since someone published the whole spreadsheet of subby numbers with associated emails, I'm keeping my number to myself. No one ran that shit past legal, by the way. I think he's talking to you there, Blake.
He's probably talking to me there.
I Venmo'd a little walking around money to the DZ account to assure you read this without complaining too much. I pay your salary with the salary you paid me. Inception. Much love from the Congressman Tony Hall of the DZ, Philip T. Kingston. Was he on our list of guys we might want to have in here to watch the election with us?
Yeah.
Oh,
very much so.
Would he be on board with that?
I want to lap up his liberal tears. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Before we as we transition into speaking about, playing Cowboys game audio, let us just remind you that the Cowboy Watching Party and Cowboy Game Audio today will be brought to you by Lone Star Beer. How about a little Lone Star Beer, the national beer of Texas? Really, what would a watching party be without it? Great time last night. I prefer the Lone Star Light. Blake is usually the red guy with the Lone Star Reg, the Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
It is authentically Texan, not Testin. Authentically testy. Awesome merch. So if you go to their merch site, LoneStarBeer.com, you can use the code DUMBZone21 to get 21% off your merchandise.
It's pretty slick shirt there.
You like that shirt?
Oh, you have a Lone Star Beer shirt on today?
I do. I bought this on the website.
Okay.
Cool. They have a lot of great merch there. And I tell
You're
you.
an irony shirt guy.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I was a little, it's like, is it 100% cotton? I don't know if this is going to fit me. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. It's stretchy, solid. And I think they made it in Korea.
Taiwan.
They actually make it in Texas.
You know what?
Now they make the beer in Texas.
That makes
They
sense.
make their merch in Texas
does
because they are the national beer of Texas. They have brewed in Texas for 140 years, and they are authentically Texan. Thank you, Lone Star Beer and Lone Star Light. All right. You've gone through this, vetted it.
I have. So the first one I'm going to play for you.
Can I do this? I'm sorry.
You can do
I have a
whatever you want.
non-funny Collinsworth
Okay.
that I asked Danny to pull.
Is it the pass interference?
Yeah. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah. This is...
Just because I think that was a talking point for the game, and
Oh, they win without that call or that call being made.
I'm just not really sure why. So the Kittle touchdown, which did great things for my fantasy football team, but bad things for the Dallas Cowboys. That looked like the definition of a pick play.
Yeah, outside receiver goes in and essentially tackles basically two Cowboy defenders.
Weren't there like three flat? Like every ref on the field was like, okay, that was as obvious as it's ever been. And then they picked him up.
Yeah, and the first thing I said in trying to search for a reasoning behind it was maybe, I think it might have been Dono, like maybe they're saying that he engaged with the receiver first and then kind of sold a fall. But it really looked to me like there was nothing he could do to get out of the way because he was just playing it normally, and the receiver tracked him and kind of blew him up. But let's go to the broadcast.
I gotta unmute you. I'm sorry.
You know what? I don't care because that one wasn't my fault, and that makes me feel good.
And it was a really good intro, though. Once again,
sorry.
Yeah.
The officials will discuss.
I mean, that was a knockdown pick right there. On the outside, just drilling Donovan Wilson.
There was no foul for offensive pass interference.
And George Kittle, on his day, gets a touchdown. Let's go back to why here. This is not offensive pass.
Were they doing that all game?
Yeah, Mike. It looks like the defender, one, steps in front of the receiver trying to run a route, and second, the other defender engages him and kind of rides him into him right here. So this is not offensive pass interference. This was correctly picked up.
Yeah.
All right, I need that ref guy before a play actually saying that.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard them do that. They always just kind of support whatever the refs on the field do. Because they're buddies. Usually they are guys who have worked for them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was. I'm not.
I'd like a little pushback on that from Collinsworth or something.
I think he might actually have. I think Collinsworth gave hey, you can get away with that. There's going to be guys taking acting classes. So, yeah, maybe 30 minutes into the game, I saw a Machota tweet about an incident that occurred regarding members of the Jones family. I think Charlotte, Jerry Jr. maybe, and Shy Jr.
Oh, I heard they're a car accident or something?
Really, really weird. I don't know what this means, but maybe this is just the sort of thing that if you're driving into the fancy areas of stadiums, this can happen. I don't know.
Little news right before the game on the way over here. The vehicle's bringing the Jones family over. The second vehicle in the family caravan was struck by a rising barricade outside of Levi's Stadium on the way in. Two of Jerry's kids, Charlotte and Jerry Jr., who have their roles in the leadership of the team, plus his grandson, Shy, was there as well in the vehicle. Charlotte and Jerry Jr. were both evaluated by team medical staff here at the stadium. They were able to move on to the visitors' owner's suite for the rest of tonight's game. So we wish all of them the best. We're glad to hear there's nothing worse there.
Yeah, glad to hear that they were not fatally wounded by a rising barricade. What is this, Game of Thrones? What is a rising barricade? I know.
Is it moving?
I know there's a bunch of people out there listening.
Or is it a barricade that you just put on there and it's called a rising barricade?
I have no idea. I'm sure there are people listening who do know and have a perfect idea of how this all looks and works, but I'm very confused. It looks like, okay, let me see. I Google imaged Levi Stadium rising barricade, and there is a thing here. But how would that have hit them? And even if it started going up when they were, like, I'll turn on the computer. Can I do that?
Consists of a steel beam.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they were trying to enter or exit when they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, but rising,
because we're the Joneses.
Rising makes it sound like they were trying to do when you try to get out of Victory Park. And the thing would come down and it would just barely get you because it was moving.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck. So that's weird. Did they just time it poorly? Was it malfunctioning? But here's the good news. They're safe. And we just want
you
to
know
wish
what?
them the best.
Would we even be able to play if they weren't? I like. When
I
they
don't want
said-
to find out. You know
what is his verbiage he uses? Like they had to evaluate them medically.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering if you'd like to evaluate Charlotte medically. Maybe take her in that tent.
Well, this does say that, according to the members of the Jones family, that Charlotte may have suffered a rib injury, so you may need to check on that.
Didn't she give a rib to you? Or did man give a rib? How did... Who has one more rib?
Well, I mean...
Isn't that a biblical thing?
Adam gave a rib to make Eve.
Ribbed pleasure.
That's right. But...
that's where that comes from.
That's also like a power dynamic thing where in our situation, I'm pretty sure Charlotte would be giving a rib to make me. Like, I'm her Eve. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, being really into church by force right around the time that the Marilyn Manson took out a rib so he could suck himself off rumor was out there. Pretty fertile ground for jokes. You know, you're like, oh, Adam, conveniently.
Could also
a lot of downtime in the garden.
Okay.
So that was just weird. I have no idea what happened there. However, I do love any mention of Shy Jr., who is, of course, Spalding.
Oh, that's Spalding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching the Mavs game on whatever night
Spalding.
it was. Was it Thursday night was Mavs?
Yes.
Yeah, and, there's always one of them there, right next to the scorers table. And this one was it was a non-Spalding, as Jubb calls him. It was like the...
Not yodeling kid?
I think wasn't a yodeler, wasn't a Spalding. I think it was the football player. The quarterback, John Steven,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Is he any good or no? Like, he's not NFL quarterback good.
No, I think he might be done.
Yeah, didn't he go to Arkansas or something?
He did. I don't know if he still does, but...
Okay.
Anyways,
yeah, we would have heard about it if he was good.
Here's he's certainly not in the pro game like Spalding is, who's a scouting assistant.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, for the Baltimore Ravens.
Spalding?
No, for Cowboys.
I'm like...
He just blew away the front office and head coach out there.
You're just a natural.
No, so he does have an Instagram, and somehow
I bought that.
Somehow you were like, "What?
Really? Whoa!"
So I was telling my wife this the other night. I'm like, "Yeah, there's one of the Jones kids," and she's like, "That's not Spalding, right?" And I'm like, "No." She said, "Spalding just got married." I'm like, "Why do you know that?" And I guess somehow
Instagram.
friends of friends of friends on Instagram, and so not only did he just get married, and all the photos are up here. He's got a Shy the Third on the way
already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her name is.
That's great.
His wife is Tori Evans Anderson. She looks exactly like you think she does.
I remember.
Are you interested now?
I remember interacting with him at training camp one year. It was when I was walking around with Computer from 3-6 Mafia to interview Cowboys, and he's like, "Hey, Spalding," and he calls him like I don't think Spalding knew his name was Spalding at that time.
He figured it out.
Yeah. And then Spalding ended up. I don't know if he ever got him to do it, but he was trying to get 3-6 Mafia to play at his frat house.
Yes, I do recall that.
And Spalding has unlimited funds.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that he knows about it because once upon a time I thought, why don't I take a crack at fake characters on the ticket, and then I
your Spalding was good.
Eventually found out that he found out.
That's great.
And his mom found out.
Did you just like that post?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Here's what
look, a Cavender twin weighs in.
Oh, wow, yeah. Looking at his IG right now, here's one where he posted a goofy picture of Charlotte. Happy birthday to the best mother out there. I love you so much. You mean the world to me. I hope you had a great day. And because of the Joneses, Charlotte had to answer that on Instagram.
Did she indicate that the day was indeed great?
God bless me in so many ways, but none greater than that of being your mom. Love you to the moon and back. These people run my football team.
Yeah, I love all his verbiage there, too, on her involvement in running. Like, what do they do?
Yeah, it's members of the leadership.
Members of the leadership council.
What do they do besides call Kane Brown and tell him he's doing halftime?
Right. Salvation Army.
But hey, there was plenty that took place that didn't happen on a football field during the bye week.
And no game there. We mentioned Dak and the bye week. It was busy.
By the way, it rules that clip started that way.
And no game there. We mentioned Dak and the bye week. It was busy. Went golfing. He didn't just go golfing. He got engaged on a green near the golf course to his longtime girlfriend, now fiance, Sarah Jane. She's the big golfer, and Dak said she had the golf glove on the left hand. She was ready to go play.
He even said after they got engaged, are we still playing?
All right, hold on. I'm calling bullshit on all of this. They were on the green. You don't have your golf glove on the green.
I would,
and I'm not golf guy. Come on, golf guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You wouldn't be wearing your glove at that point.
No.
But what a funny anecdote, though. Really funny.
I hate this.
That this is your team?
Yes. Get engaged on the golf course. Dak's now into golf because his baby mama's into golf. And they're wearing matching white outfits.
Yep.
It's just, I hate this.
Yep.
And he had to tear down his already mansion.
Yeah, because she was mad that he was nailing other girls on that couch in bed.
Right.
Dude, he loves Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect's there filming it.
Hey, he's trying to be where his feet are.
This is all
just
everything I hate.
He wants his privacy.
Be present.
Everything I hate has infiltrated my football team.
This is just a new generation of the same thing, dude. We just fell for the ruse of I don't know, maybe they're cool now. We were wrong. Given the way the game turned out, this is kind of a funny, as Danny said, a slow down there moment from CC.
Things are getting down and dirty right now in this football game, and you're seeing some real movement now going along this defensive line. But the Cowboys sort of look like the throwback Cowboys a little bit. All right, you guys want to fight? Let's just line up and fight here. And some of those runs after the catch, as good as I've seen out of the Cowboys this year.
Yeah, I mean, they were in the game in the first half and leading, but at no point was I like,
this is the old Cowboys.
1994 Cowboys.
Yeah, jeez, man. Look at how they're fighting.
This is just balls to the wall effort. This one's...
Is this the Ravens?
You got a couple...
What do we have here?
Yeah, right? A couple Bosa things here. The first one, the video component is just showing everything. That Bosa definitely wants you to look at him, right? I mean, as evidenced by him bombing Brock Purdy's post-game interview last night with his MAGA hat on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kittle.
Was that big news?
Kittle and Purdy were out there, and Bosa ran up into the shot, made sure everybody saw his "Make America Great Again" hat.
Okay.
But he makes sure the cameras pick up his whole pregame bit.
Short of that first time. What were you talking about with that ritual?
So, of course, we're playing around a little bit, right? But watch this.
No, I thought you were for real, Chris.
Lean on into it. The prey is coming.
What's going on here?
And
he's doing his stretches.
He's got this weird thing that he does in pregame, but
this is Bosa. Okay,
make sure that the cameras pick it up.
Yeah,
he's just repeating his name over and over. He has this whole thing that he does.
So it's his pregame stretching ritual, and they put this music behind it.
Yeah,
because it looks all
he's
new agey.
One of his teammates who was interviewed around the time of his rookie season, he said after that period in practice, I went to him and I was like, dude, what the hell are you saying to yourself when you're down in your stance? He's like, I just motivate myself and I say my name over and over. So he was down in his stance and he's just going, Bosa, Bosa, Bosa.
That sounds very Jeter.
Okay, the next line in the story is, this definitely gives off some serious Jeets vibes.
Yeah.
You know he does the same thing, nailing chicks.
Bosa.
Yeah.
Bosa. And then
he says his own name.
Yeah. We were watching the video and saw this.
You ever done that?
Oh, all the time.
Gosh, crying.
Dan.
We saw that they were showing some photos and video of his birthday dinner. They had said that his birthday was just last week, and apparently he is full on Derek from Step Brothers, despite the fact that most actual nutritionists would tell you this is a bad idea. He don't care.
Melissa.
Mike, as you said, Nick Bosa is all about rituals, including his birthday dinner. He turned 27 on Wednesday, so his mom, Cheryl, made him the same meal he's had every year for as long as he can remember. Look how happy he looks. Meatloaf braciole, which is rolled meat. He's not quite sure what's in it. It's just a bunch of good stuff. No carbs on that table. Remember, he doesn't eat carbs, so probably not any birthday cake.
Impressive stuff.
Impressive stuff. Meatloaf braciole, like stuffed meatloaf or something.
What is it? Yeah.
Looking here, it says melty provolone, spinach, and prosciutto, sort of inside.
All right, there's carbs
meatloaf.
in that. There's carbs in cheese, no?
Yeah, maybe they make it without it. Cheese is relatively low carb, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Melissa Stark. We like you.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's pretty old too.
Maybe it's because Michelle Tafoya is no longer there. I need a new apple of my eye.
Sure.
Who did you see on the field this week? I saw you tweeted like this is a double Roseanne.
Brian Kelly and Holly Rowe. My God.
The rare sighting. It's like
as someone very
the moon crossing the sun.
Yep. Someone cheaply and kind of cornily replied to me, but I laughed. This is just raising the Roseanne bar, and
there we go. The Roseanne bar.
It really is.
But Melissa Stark, nowhere near a Roseanne.
Not even possible.
Like she'll never be a Roseanne.
It's impossible.
You can project out.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Okay, I'd like to add that to your game as
from now on.
I can start.
Yeah, I can start giving
give us a 10-year
profile.
Yeah.
There's a funny Collinsworth moment, but this is just part of calling a game. You're going to have moments like this.
We caught the Cowboys substitute.
Don't be stunned if they go for something here, thinking they can come back. I would have. I'd have thrown that thing deep.
Purdy with the sneak, so his legs get a couple of runs.
It's 3rd and 1, and he's like, hey, don't be surprised if they get in a bag of tricks here. And Purdy just falls forward for one. He's like, well, they could have.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I like Collinsworth.
He's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's fun. Just hide your teen drama class daughter from him.
Look, that was a different time.
It's a funny laugh.
So this is not offensive pass interference. This was correctly picked up.
Thanks for the clarification. It was Amani Oruwariye, who's the corner over there.
Okay.
So I'm going to play the rest because this is the one I was talking about earlier.
He's not buying that that's...
No.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
Amani Oruwariye, who's the corner over there.
Okay. If that's going to be legal from here on out, we're going to have a lot of people taking acting classes here, saying they were pushed into the other guy. So I believe you. I definitely believe you. But I'm just saying, we're going to see a lot of that going forward.
At the OJ.
Okay.
This, because he needed to label it, Danny went with Tirico Explains Joke, but that's only because there's not a word for how unfunny this was from Tirico.
49ers bloom, and things get better.
Okay. Did you catch that?
49ers
bloom.
Uh-huh. 49ers bloom, and things get better.
So Kyle Shanahan's kind of the gardener.
You want to call him that? You can. That's good. Here's Garindo. Pedaling those feet to the 36-yard line. Did you get that one? Did that slip by you?
Yeah, it did.
Pedaling his feet, rose pedals.
I didn't see that.
Golly.
Get these zingers in.
Yeah, zinger. Then he labeled it as a zinger.
Oh, I heard fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does want to get these fingers in.
That's a different deal. So, I mean, I guess Collinsworth kind of started him down the lame path with and the gardener, but then Tirico's like...
That's the point, though, of the color man.
Guy,
You're the color man. We've talked about this with KB before.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop it there.
Yep. Let Brady work.
Let him flail with his bad joke.
Right.
You give your courtesy laugh and get back to the game. Now you don't have to then show that you're also witty, especially when you're going to be less witty.
And, to speak back to that show I went to on Friday night or Saturday night, if you immediately have to say, did you catch that, like within 1 second of your line, that doesn't mean that it's because they didn't get it. It meant that because it just sucked.
Yeah, just let it go.
Like
49ers bloom.
Or
things get better.
So Kyle Shanahan's kind of the gardener.
You want to call him that? You can. That's good. Here's Garindo pedaling those feet to the 36-yard line. Did you get that one?
That's not good.
Just wait for your one tweet or something, the one guy that says, hey, I caught your joke.
Sure.
Like, that's it. Just be happy with that.
Speaking of Melissa, she is very solid. I just think she reports great information.
Me too.
Solid her job.
Yeah, I love
but everybody has a little stammer every now and then.
Sideline stuff.
First down.
Melissa has more.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall told me his first thought after knowing he was going to be okay was, will I be able to play football again? Then it was all about managing the scar tissue to make sure he had full range of motion. When he made his NFL debut last.
That's a NFL debut. That does kind of.
It looked like they were talking about him a ton. Well, I guess anytime he'd make a play, right? They have to refer to the.
Did she say Pearsall?
I thought Pearsall.
I thought it was Purcell.
First down.
Melissa has
Pearsall.
more.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall told me his
That's
first thought after
Is
knowing.
that not right?
Pearsall. Okay. No, I'm probably wrong here. I just thought I heard Purcell a couple times.
And he was going to be okay was, will I be able to play football again? Then it was all about managing the scar tissue to make sure he had full range of motion. When he made his NFL
I give her a pass.
Sure, she was out there working hard.
Yeah.
Now
that's one of the toughest jobs in sports.
Yeah, for sure. You guys should kind of bond over that. Her carrying them, you carrying us.
There we go.
Yes, there was a lot of.
I'm the Melissa Stark of the show.
He got shot in the chest going on. It's a big story, but another big story that they definitely had to focus in on was where the world's greatest kicker was during the week.
Here's a guy that was. Oh, look, he lines it up. There's juror number 4.
They call him the foreman.
So this was when they made a graphic.
Once I saw the graphic, I'm like, this is going to be great.
So yeah, here it is.
This look at a unique Cowboys injury report is brought to you by Bud Light. So during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each team
God
puts
bless
out
it. Pause it. We should have been guessing at what was going to happen here.
And
you knew that was going to be the prod value.
NBC.
Yes, you did.
Law and Order.
They already have the rights.
We don't have to pay for this.
I knew it.
Yeah.
This look at a unique Cowboys injury report is brought to you by Bud Light. So during the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each team puts out an injury report. We've never seen one like this week. Brandon Aubrey, not injury related, jury duty. He missed practice for jury duty. So on Tuesday, he was selected for a 12-person jury in a felony case in Tarrant County District Court. That's in downtown Fort Worth, about 45 miles from where the Cowboys trained in Frisco, Texas. By the way, the judge trying the case, former football player at North Texas University. So Aubrey has jury duty. He missed the regular practice Wednesday to Friday. It was very nice of the long snapper and the punter, who's the holder, Brian Anger, to come back after he made the trip from Fort Worth back to Frisco. Got there around 7 o'clock, and those guys hung around so he can get his kicks in on Wednesday and Thursday.
So if you have a crazy week, you get a Bud Light sponsorship. Is that how it goes? I like that.
Every week for you. Aubrey's kick is sent back.
All right. A little commentary on your lifestyle.
Listener Russell reported to me on how the Cowboys radio network handled this. And apparently the NFL has, from the years of Homer call, things have changed where you can't just go get the radio call whenever you want.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
It's not archived anymore. You can hear it live.
Right. Maybe we should start rolling on that.
On just the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can play it.
Yeah.
Well, so I can't confirm if this is true or not, but I have no reason to believe that Russell is a dishonest man. He said he called it the most Cowboys sideline report ever. When Aubrey showed up after jury duty to get some kicks in, he couldn't use the indoor Ford Center because it was being used for something else. And the outdoor field doesn't have lights, which I can confirm because I was there for my high school reunion and the field's pitch black. So he and his teammates had to practice in the dark. So, yes, you can land a helicopter on it if you have to. But if you need to go get a little nighttime work in, you're better off going to like Grapevine Middle.
That's great.
Which does have lights.
That's something we got to remember to ask him about.
So
if we ever get him on again.
Every time he kicked, it was.
Juror Brandon Aubrey knocks through the extra point, returns to jury duty next week. But not tomorrow. Court's not in session tomorrow. So he doesn't have to rush off the plane and head there.
There you go.
Lamb in the end zone. Still a game.
It's a juror.
Not jury today.
No.
So, yeah, that might, that's the big story. It's going to impact his appearance on our show again.
It's likely to do so, yeah.
And then, Jake, you did seem a little off on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think this is why.
There's another rookie, Renardo Green, who joined Mustafa on the hit. 29-yard field goal attempt for Aubrey. No problem with the jury duties. All of his kicks have been good so far, and Dallas has the lead 10-3. Late second quarter here. Some music from the Grateful Dead as we remember one of their founding members, Phil Lesh, passed away on Friday.
What?
Why?
What?
Why
are they doing this?
I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Oh.
Okay?
Why would NBC? What? I don't get it.
I thought I jumped in front of you.
No, not you.
Okay.
Why are they?
Here's why.
What?
Because there are
like when you had to interrupt us to tell us that
ZZ Top
Dusty
guy
Hill or where does that fit here? Oh, San Francisco, maybe.
Yeah,
but
that's not the only reason. Here's a big one. If you are in sports media,
and the last guy I would think would care about the Grateful Dead is effing Mike Tirico. But go ahead.
That was racist. But if you
look at him, listen to him.
Here's the thing. If you are like a legacy media member, of that generation in particular, you went to Syracuse, Northwestern, Mizzou, in whatever. You have two choices. Some people choose both, but you pretty much have two choices. Springsteen or the Dead. You just don't. You have to. You've got to be into one or the other.
Really?
Yeah. Notice what happens. Like when the Boss played the weekend of like the Super Bowl or something. That's sports writer heaven. Now, if you're from a slightly younger generation, you have to be into Isbell.
Mm-hmm.
You have no choice but to tell everyone how great Jason Isbell is. You yourself, probably a former drunk. He now sober, so that's kind of,
Oh, is that right?
Oh, dude, he was within.
Do you know all those people now?
No, I mean.
Do they tell you that when you're there?
No, they're like, man, Bam Margera is getting it together.
Is that your?
Yeah.
Your Phil Lesh?
Come on. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's my. Anyways, yeah, that's audio from the game. Shout out to Chris and company. And to Shy Anderson's. Congrats on the kid. Sex.
That's right. Yeah. Sex is sweet. News today is going to be brought to us by Frankel and Frankel. We should mention that.
Frankel and Frankel.
We're pro Frankel and Frankel. Well, I bet you they've seen juries before.
Not afraid of them.
No.
Not afraid of them.
Yeah, I wish I had the. I wouldn't be able to play the theme because we don't have the rights to that. Especially here if we're doing this on DZTV ever. Anyway, Frankel and Frankel. Personal injury attorneys, what the message they want you to know, if you do get in an accident, call Frankel and Frankel. The insurance companies will try to take advantage of you. Frankel will I'm getting a little Melissa Stark there. Will fight for your rights.
Well, it's a heavy topic.
And your rights to party.
It's right. It's a heavy topic. Car accidents are not fun.
No.
It's a stressful time, but the Frankels can make it less stressful for you, as evidenced by the fact that they got the easiest phone number in recorded human history at 214-817. And then, yep, there's a 3. That's 3 of them.
4 more.
That's right.
Last one.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Just keep going.
Hello, I'm not a janitor.
No.
I'm Gene Burkett. This is my friend Mark, and he's Scott.
How tall are you?
Wait, you got 3 guys on the line right away when I call?
Yeah.
That's idiotic.
Well, they said there'd be at least a partner. They didn't say there was a cap on the number of partners you might get in contact with.
Okay.
They put all that together, and that's how they have 100 years of combined experience.
Yeah, so call Frankel if indeed you get in a car wreck.
Oh, my God.
Call Frankel. That's not going to happen to you. That's... That seemed like an over-the-top car wreck, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure that that's actually
But the point is,
an actual clip.
They'll help you no matter what.
Yeah.
Here's Jake.
They're for you, the people.
That's right. All right, let's flip over to our news page here. Oh, this is a fun one. We do these stories quite often.
Dude, I love fun.
Yeah. Well, then hold on to your butts. What are you looking at?
Just piece of paper to see if why do you look at me?
Oh, I'm commanding your attention right now.
I just wanted to see if I needed that.
I
don't.
As a huge player of the game Twisted Metal growing up.
What is that?
It was a game. It was a car game.
You're not even a game guy.
Oh, back in the day, bro, everybody was a game guy. Yeah, we liked a lot of, video games were almost like my baseball was for you. It's just what we did.
You're really into it.
Yeah.
Now you don't care at all.
I don't care at all. Exactly.
Okay.
And I'm like, when I see people engaging with it, I'm like, what a waste of your time.
Yeah. I used to spend every night.
Yeah.
4 hours a night watching baseball.
Interestingly enough, much like with a lot of kids in, I think in soccer now, maybe even like adults, I was really into baseball video games, which made me like baseball more. Like in the summer, we would play a full 162 every 10 days.
I was a kid. I played board games.
Yeah.
Of baseball, like Stratomatic Baseball or something for a whole year.
Just sit in a 100-degree garage.
And then once video games, I was like, oh, yeah, this is even better.
Yeah. So I played a lot of games. Twisted Metal was a PlayStation game that was like a car battle game. It was a genre that you kind of you fight your friends with a car. So you could be like an ice cream truck that had rockets.
Yeah. You were into this?
Yeah, it was kind of a battle royale, last man standing, and each car had different abilities and weapons.
Right, maybe one's faster.
Yeah.
Maybe one. I think there was like an 18-wheeler, a hearse.
Yeah, but the ice cream truck with the clown head on top was great.
Sweet Tooth?
Think so.
Oh, no, I know so.
Okay.
So let's see, this is in Oak Cliff Friday night. A Dallas fire rescue ambulance was found after it had been crashed. It was stolen. Medics responded to a call on Bonnie View around 8 o'clock at night. 15 minutes later, they found the crashed ambulance at a nearby apartment complex. And I got to be honest. When I see an ambulance with like the lights on but the siren off, and you're walking by it and there's no one in it, there's at least a little tingle of like, why not?
Yeah.
That'll be the best 10 minutes of your life. You're never going to know what that feeling is like. Like in the range of human experiences that your brain is capable of producing, there's so much in there you'll never know about. You'll probably never know what it's like right before you're attacked by an actual predator, right? On down the line of things that in our little comfortable window we have here, you'll never experience. You think it's cool whenever your triple play hits. You know what I mean? Like that's a big juice for you. If you steal an ambulance and just joyride it for 10, 15 minutes.
I would think stealing any car, but yes. That's up it by.
And in this case, no arrests have been announced.
So he got
away with it.
Wrecked it and dipped.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, they got away with that, huh?
So they got away with that, huh? That's a good series.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my idea. I got to credit TC, but there's a lot of them that you don't think about.
TC texted me during the game, and I didn't see it till after because we were talking about hottest politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he have? Since you're a political guy.
Hey, hello. Is he on the boys? It's political
man.
guy.
Political man. Where the hell is TC? Oh, here he is. Have you ever heard of Anna Paulina Luna?
Yeah, she's hot right now. I think she's a governor, maybe. Rep.
He says hottest congressman.
She's also like a Nazi. Like legitimately will post Nazi stuff. If I'm thinking of the right person.
Yeah, so that
Dan
compared to AOC.
Dan Likey.
I'm a big AOC
Yeah, for
fan.
sure.
I like her.
It'd be tough to top.
Yeah.
Her. She'd top me, though. You heard me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this lady's the racist.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Her. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is on a couple of our local news sites. There was, in Van Alstyne, Mike Marshall, there was a house explosion. Middle of the night, 2 dead.
Do you fear that?
Yes, dude.
Gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing you can do, but...
That's the thing. Nothing.
Do you fear it? Maybe you more, because you live in, like, an old neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. And...
They put those in before, like, regulations.
They're
like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Not only did they put them in before regulations, when we started this remodel, the guy was kind of not really kidding when he's like, it was not safe for you guys to live here. Because only one family had owned the home ever since it was built in the 50s. And so they were just
rewire,
DIYing on top of DIYing and just
duct tape this.
Yes, and nothing fit. And like there was so many things where he's like, I'm not really sure how any of this passed inspection. So that's kind of a way you're like, all right, let's absorb the cost of this by saying probably if we tried to sell this house, it would be a problem. But it wasn't a problem when we bought it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. But yes, this was... yeah, there were... One side says 1, the other says 2 fatalities. Middle of the night, dude. I'd rather have a chance against a fire.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
in
instant explosion. Yeah.
I guess my only thinking there is that...
you'd rather die in the explosion than
fire?
fire?
Yeah, but that's probably not how it happens.
You know what?
But, like, if you had to die from, like, hey... explosion, roof falls on you or something, maybe you suffer for a second or two, but you're just dead. Or you get the chance to get out, but if you don't get out, you're burning to death. That's the downside.
And then if you do live...
If I needed to explain to you the downside. Yeah, if you do live, your house is gone either way.
I think having a second floor bedroom, that'd be a bad bit for me with the fire, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be, or the den, like now.
You can always jump out onto the little shed over here. I've already mapped that out.
Put up a little exit sign.
I think our kid might have, when we had kids living in the house, they had like a fire ladder in their room.
Oh, I always wanted that.
But now that I'm thinking about it, we might have just talked about it because, like, wouldn't I know where that is? Well, I haven't really ever. I can't recollect seeing it.
I am fuzzy on the details, but in Clarissa Explains It All, there was a ladder outside her window. Sam. No, Sam was her boyfriend, maybe.
Explain what you just said. I don't know what those words you put together mean.
Nobody else? Yeah, I think he's too young. Y'all are too old.
Is this a movie?
No, it was a show on Nick.
Clarissa Explains It All?
And it was Melissa Joan Hart, who for a long time I was really stoked on. And I'm pretty sure she's like really into vaccines or something, or who am I thinking of?
Into vaccines or against them?
Maybe
like if you're known for something about vaccines, it's probably that you hate them, right?
No, then it wasn't her.
No one's like, man, I'm
Melissa Joan Hart. Who am I thinking of? Yeah, so she was kind of like, I don't know.
A teenager addresses the audience directly to explain the things that are happening in her life.
Yeah.
Dealing with typical adolescent concerns such as school, boys, pimples, wearing her first training bra.
Killed a sock to that one.
The training bra one?
I'm sure.
And taking it up the rear. Oh, wait, no. It says, and an annoying younger brother.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't think those were the same episode.
Up the rear.
Anyways, she would have people in her window, and it would be like her friend who was a boy, and he would come up there and play guitar. And I always thought, like, that'd be dope. Like, if I could just have a friend, like, hey, they want to drop by.
Climb up the
ladder to the window, yeah.
Okay.
I jumped out of my bedroom window once my parents moved. We moved into a 2-story house. I jumped out of it one time. That's higher than you think.
No, I think it's really high.
You're fine.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Do you have to, like, do the roll and...
Okay, it's not
probably
so
like
much...
Rob skydiving?
Here's the thing.
When you land? Don't you got to learn how to
Saying
land?
jump is wrong. What it is you hang yourself over it, and then you hold it and see, like, all right, well, let's eliminate 6'3" plus my...
Yeah.
Now it's not that crazy.
Now,
of
if
a
you're
drop.
standing on a wall that's height, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Still, though.
It's not great. You fall into bushes.
Omar did it.
That's like the one thing about that show.
That seems like too fake.
Because when I go after the Breaking Bad, I'm like, boy, it kind of turned into a Bruckheimer, Michael Bay production.
Yeah.
By like season 5.
But then Omar's like just gone.
Yeah, and The Wire really never did that, except all of a sudden Omar's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was mythical.
So anyway, I
You're
have
right. The Wire sucked.
No idea what we were talking about. Oh yeah, this Van
Melissa
Alstyne
Joan
house-
Hart doesn't
Too
like.
dead.
Go back further. 2 dead in Van Alstyne. Their house exploded, Dan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then our final story here, a man just 18 years old, Angel Rendon, is not the top shortstop prospect in the Philly system.
Certainly sounds like that's a good name.
He is a man from Haltom City who is facing 10 years for selling something called Glock switches. Video man, do you know what this is? I thought you had some guns.
You're not gun guy? I've never thought he was gun guy.
All right, well, you heard it here first, folks. Video man,
but among all of it,
he's not packing. He was selling Glock switches, which are devices that can allow pistols to mimic machine guns.
To mimic them.
Yeah.
That's the sincerest form of flattery.
Do they say mimic or do they say impression?
Imitation is
imitation.
The sincerest.
There you go.
Yeah. So it just lets them shoot really fast?
Yeah.
All right. That's illegal?
Yes.
In Texas?
This is part of Operation Texas Kill Switch, which is a statewide initiative to combat the rise in these, which are known as conversion devices. Now, here's how he got caught. In a video.
Instagram.
It just says social media. Where in a quick clip, they have a screenshot of it. He's steering with his left hand, and with his driver's side window down, just has the Glock out the window with like an insane burst coming out of the barrel. Where he is seen posted to his social media, randomly opening fire out of a moving vehicle using a switch-equipped handgun.
So,
just don't post it.
Don't post it to social media. Social media has helped out the police, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And also, you know how I'm not a gun guy, but if you think about
pussy,
like a handgun like that, for example, like if you fired, Danny, if you fired an AR, no, firing an AR, the gun that everybody talks about on the news every time that is like playing paintball. That gun fires. I mean, you can't even feel it. It's so sleek and just like it.
There's no kick
really done at all.
Yeah.
A pistol, that's got something on it. And now we're going to switch that to become fully automatic. And this guy's just firing it with his opposite hand from the window, out the window. Like, it's going to look like freaking Speedy Gonzalez, like shooting in the ground and flying up into the air. Not Speedy Gonzalez.
It's hard to...
Yosemite Sam does that one? Yeah. Like, that
Why
is
did
just
you say Speedy Gonzalez?
Look.
That is a little racist, dude.
I feel like that is easily the second, not first, most racist thing related to Latinos and potentially Speedy Gonzalez in today's show. All right?
I'm going to have to go back and listen.
There's news.
What are you doing?
the Dumb
Crushing?
Zone News.
I think you are.
Like and subscribe.
I would like to end the show the way we like to end the day. With a little early bird CBD.
Early bird, relax.
That's how you get to take the edge off of a tough day.
Tough loss.
Maybe a tough loss. Last night, I think a few guys did take some early bird CBD home.
Not only did I, you know what I did this morning? Woke up and felt great.
Mm-hmm.
Was grinding. No problem. That's what early bird will do for you.
Yeah. Now, if you get drug tested at work or something, early bird CBD not for you because it has actual THC in it.
Unless you want to get fired.
Well, yeah, maybe you just want to get out of there.
That's not in the copy.
Oh.
Get a lawsuit going against them for doing
All right,
that.
so it'll make you feel, you'll relax, you'll have a good time. Go see a comedy show, go see some music, watch some football.
Yeah.
Go on a nice walk.
Get a
Do it
pedicure.
Yeah, why not?
Shop for
Live
couches.
life. With
Slowly
Early Bird
die before my eyes.
CBD. Earlybirdcbd.com. Enter the promo code DUMBZONE, and you'll get 20% off. DUMBZONE is the promo code for 20% off at earlybirdcbd.com. These are legit.
You know how we're all stoked on, local stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're Austin-based.
What? Say no more,
Yeah. Big things happening in Texas. That was pretty vague. I didn't really have. I was trying to come up with something, and that I
Here,
landed
let me close
nowhere.
it out. Early Bird CBD. They do a lot
Big
of good
things
for
happening
a lot
in
of
Texas.
people.
What does that mean?
Yeah, Early Bird.
I should have picked this one. They pride themselves on their customer service. They answer their phones when a customer calls.
Maybe that was the big thing.
And they ship all orders placed before 3 p.m. on the same day. So, if you're watching us live today,
hit it up.
Yeah. Man, I'm suck at these live streams. All right. Thanks, Early Bird.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in History.
Today is Monday, October 28th. Sober October, bro. Sober Rocktober. And on this day in 1886, the Statue of Liberty, a gift from the people of France, was dedicated in New York Harbor by President Grover Cleveland, who has a Kempspin.
When he was just 18 years old, maybe 19, maybe even older than that, he went to the nursery and met his future wife while she was still in the hospital. And to make matters worse, that was...
I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, you're right.
Older, right? He was
30-something.
Yeah, it was friends.
28.
Yeah. But it was his...
family friends had a baby.
One of his very good friends.
And he held that baby.
And he's like, I'm going to have sex with you.
He ended up having sex with the baby, but he did wait a good 28 or so years.
Honestly, I think that a lot of people have said that's why he was able to become president, is because people are like, what restraint? He didn't go after...
Right, he didn't...
He did.
She was well after 18, too.
Yeah.
She was in her 20s.
Yeah.
Mid-20s. On this day in 2018, for the first time in Los Angeles, a sports equinox occurred. You know what that is, Blake?
All 4 teams playing at the same time?
We go 5 on this one.
Oh.
MLS, bro. WNBA?
Get on board with MLS.
No, WNBA's done.
MLB,
Nope.
MLS,
No, thank
NBA, NFL, NHL all hosted games in the same area.
I mean,
on the same day. So LA had 5
Can you
local
imagine that
teams.
traffic? That's why I don't live there anymore.
20. Should I even read this one?
Mm-hmm.
2011. The Cardinals win the World Series.
Yeah.
Game 7.
They had all the momentum.
They did. The Rangers shouldn't even have showed up.
Weren't people really mad at Joe Buck?
Yeah.
What did he? Why?
Favorite Cardinals fan?
Yeah.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was like their announcer. His dad was their announcer. And then on this day in 2021, Mark Zuckerberg said that Facebook would rebrand itself as Meta in an effort to encompass its virtual reality vision for the future.
How'd that go?
Still going.
Well, I mean, it just feels.
Do we ever refer to it as Meta?
No, or Twitter or X.
You know, I'm re-watching because I never watched the final season. I think, and my wife had never seen any of it before. Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
I know somebody who just did that.
Maybe it's me.
It might have been you.
Today's celebrity birthdays include the current San Francisco Giants manager. He moved across the bay. So he was the Oakland manager before. That's how I remember. I can't believe he's going to get it. He got half of it.
I don't know.
And baseball guy over here has no clue.
I'm just waiting for him to figure it out.
Bob Melvin.
I checked the tape. I said
the fact that you got Bob.
Bob.
You hit the over.
Thank you.
Lenny Wilkins, 87.
I mean, dude, you're lucky with all the stability in baseball. The WNBA just fired half their coaches.
Didn't they fire
Latricia Trammell?
No. That's our Roseanne.
Oh.
They fired what's her name's coach?
Caitlin Clark?
She's a coach killer, yeah.
Yeah.
The Indiana coach.
Christy Sides. Yeah.
Terrell Davis is 52.
He recently had a situation. You remember Blake?
No, I was just going to say, is he on the list of our boring running backs?
Why is that boring?
Just guys that weren't like really fast or did a lot of jukes. They just kind of got what was
plowed
there.
ahead for 1,900 yards a year.
Yeah.
For like 4 years, and then it was a big controversy that he went in the Hall of Fame. Call us.
Yeah, he was removed from an airplane this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't want that.
But
can you imagine your day?
Here's the thing. The follow-up is the flight attendant involved in an incident that led to TD's removal from a United Airlines plane in handcuffs, quote, is no longer employed. And Davis's no-fly ban has been lifted.
So who's the big winner in the long run? Actress Gwendolyn Christie is 47.
I like that name.
Look her up. She's 6'3".
Oh, Brienne.
Oh, Brienne of Tarth.
The big woman. Is the big woman here?
Caitlyn Jenner is
I would
75.
let her absolutely suplex me.
Caitlyn Jenner is not only courageous, also a curious case for the far right.
Yeah.
Because we hate, what do we hate? Trans. Women are women, men are men. But Caitlyn Jenner is like really on board with all the other stuff.
And really trans.
And like, hey, women can't play, men can't play women's sports. Caitlyn Jenner plays from the red tees.
Yeah, she does.
Drives the green.
Confirmed by my brother.
So she's there just dominating on the golf course. I put a picture in there for you, Rob, because I was searching Caitlyn Jenner in my computer today, and there was a story about, from years ago, Doty's Place Cajun Bar and Grill in Allen. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I guess kinda.
When they got...
That place is good.
You been there?
There's one in Greenville, I'm pretty sure. On Greenville. There's one in Dallas.
Well, they made their bathrooms, like when Caitlyn Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner, they put a full-size picture of Caitlyn Jenner on the women's and Bruce Jenner on the men's. And then this caused a big news story. Like, I don't know if anybody was upset. I think it's a great bit. I think every restaurant should do this.
Like when one of our friends' bars showed up in Bill Burr's special.
What was that?
They had a sign outside that said, I like my beers like my violence domestic. Which is a great joke. It just is. They got in trouble for it. That's not the only thing. So, Caitlyn Jenner Olympian great golfer. Also killed somebody with her car.
That's right. After becoming Caitlyn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Women
can't drive.
Yeah.
Bill Gates, 69.
Oh, thanks a lot for COVID.
Didn't he put a chip in us?
Yep. He's also a diddler.
So he knows where we
Actually, we probably can't say that. I don't know.
Why?
He owns the internet, which is pretty much.
Well, he might diddle 42-year-old ladies. You just said he's a diddler, right?
Yeah.
You're covered, bro.
Boy, his Kempspin's pretty great. His wife gave him a week away every year to the Carolina coast to spend with his college girlfriend.
Yep, that's true. And if you remember,
that would be so great.
Just 1 weekend a year.
I would let her do it too.
And here's the thing:
she can go get railed.
You would love your wife more when you got back.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
It's like I could see why I wasn't with her.
Yeah.
I mean, it took 4 days of
just absolutely
constant sex.
You know what's funny is she didn't leave him until the Epstein stuff really started getting hot. His wife, Melinda.
Jamie Gertz is 59, actress in Less Than Zero.
Do you mind if I play you this Bill Gates Epstein thing?
Of course not. What do I got to do?
It's from right after Epstein died. And I don't have this edited down. So
I also want to ask you about something else in the public arena. It was reported at that time that you had a number.
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so. In general, you always have to be careful.
I just remember I was really thinking it's funny that, Bill Gates clearly got Epstein killed. And they're like, what did you learn from this? And he's like, well, he's dead.
So what did he learn?
Yeah, I feel like if there was a lesson, it's don't fuck around with Bill Gates. Well, he's dead.
Andy Richter is 58.
Oh, Stanley Cup champion. No, wait, who am I thinking of?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
Mike Richter? Yeah, I was a big fan of that Rangers team in the 90s. Not Conan's sidekick.
He had a TV show that wasn't bad.
Did he?
It was a little out there, though. He left Conan, remember, for a while?
Yeah.
It was on Fox.
The Richter scale.
I just confused a name.
That's not what the TV show is called.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah. Weeknights at Fox. You can play the music again.
It's not good.
Julia Roberts is 57.
Just never, ever found her attractive.
Come on.
Big Muppet face.
Muppet, but if they made a Muppet, a primate Muppet.
Interesting.
A monkey Muppet.
Y'all didn't like Pretty Woman?
No. What the hell's wrong with you?
Brad Paisley is 52.
Don't get it. Didn't he solve racism?
I'm gonna miss her.
Didn't he solve racism with LL Cool J?
Is that what they said?
I think so. They did a song where it's don't look at me weird because I'm black. And he's like, don't look at me weird because I'm white.
Really?
I swear there was something like that. I think it was during George Floyd or something.
Oh, that's so great.
I don't
With
know.
who? Oh, LL Cool J?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Something.
Joaquin Phoenix is 50.
The great.
Yeah, they called it accidental racist.
I knew it, yeah. It wasn't not crazy. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome.
Yeah.
Signs, that's a good movie.
Gladiator. We saw Gladiator 2 promo last night, and that's why I thought of that. But obviously, Joker.
Yeah.
His great role. And I know your favorite one is the one you thought you wanted to be him.
When he marries a computer?
Yeah, her. I thought that movie sucked, actually.
It's a wonderful film about human emotion. Probably not for you.
Oh, I forgot how emotional you are.
Yeah.
This is a real standoff here. Guys with less feelings. I think you have more feelings, though, because you have admitted you will morph into whoever you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
So if you're with a couple of people that are crying, you'll be crying too.
Yeah.
And I'll be going, what are you doing?
You call me the F word.
I'll do that anyway. And Greg Paul is 60.
The dad?
He's the dad of Jake and Logan Paul.
Oh.
Who are you thinking?
Cliff and Chris Paul.
Just so basketball.
Who's Cliff Paul?
The State Farm.
Yeah, he's Chris's evil twin brother.
I don't know about this.
Nobody knows.
Born on this day, now dead, Jonas Salk. Boo! He created a polio vaccine. I ain't taking that. Bowie Kuhn.
Whoa.
Who, on one hand, yes, some crowds would love to chant his name. On the other hand, he was hated by Marvin Miller. He's a clown, according to Marvin Miller. Charlie Daniels, who had a band. And James Miller, who's known as the Fan Man.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who would parachute in, like Rob?
Yeah,
Into like a boxing event?
Yeah, just like Rob.
Yeah. Dead on this day, still dead. Red Auerbach.
Who played him in the show? Wasn't it something? I remember it being like a great cameo.
I don't remember.
Oh, Chickless.
Did he really?
Yeah, because what's his name was was Jerry Buss. I'm not blanking on the one half of Step Brothers' name.
John C. Reilly?
Yeah. Did y'all not watch Winning Time at all?
I watched like a couple episodes.
It was legitimately not bad, but I will follow up on my please watch the Aaron Hernandez shows, and I'll finish it if you do.
Okay, I'll start watching it.
It's so insane. Danny's into it. It's literally like if Maxim Magazine were a TV show.
How many episodes?
I think they might have done 7 or 8.
Oh, okay. I can pull that off. Red Auerbach, though, I remember growing up, and you just heard about the Celtics, and they were in the champ. They were 1-10 in a row, something like that. They were in it every year. And then Red Auerbach, you know what? His great thing he would do is light up the victory cigar when he was sure a game was in hand. Like in the building on the sideline, he would light up his cigar. And as you grow up, you realize, what a dick move. That's really, it's cocky, first of all, and they kind of owned the NBA. There's 4 teams, right? And they had all the players. It wasn't that great. I don't know. It just seemed like Red Auerbach could be overrated.
Okay.
Let's get your dad in here and see if he agrees with that. Trevor Berbick died on this day. He was the last boxer to fight Muhammad Ali. And then he was the boxer who lost his world heavyweight title to Mike Tyson. So he was like the 1 degree of separation there. Died on this day in 2022, Jerry Lee Lewis. Most well known for marrying his cousin, who was 13 years old.
But he was like kind of quiet about it.
And he was like 30. And it was very public. And he had her on TV with him and all that kind of stuff. And then most recently well known for he played at Jerry Jones' birthday party like 2 years ago before he died. Just before he died. Remember
Didn't
that?
we have this conversation and determine that it was...
You were thinking it was
an impersonator?
Yeah, a cover band or whatever. It was actually him at the age of whatever, 85.
Yeah, Don Van Natta would confirm you're correct. And the next year when we do this story, I'm going to be like, didn't we say... Damn, that's so weird.
And then I'm saving this for last because I wanted Blake to be into the show.
Oh, no.
Because if I mention this now, we're going to lose him.
Mr. Sega died.
1 year ago today. And man, how many magazine covers has he been on since then? Any guess? What would affect Blake Jones.
Kevin James is still alive.
The good Lord willing.
Oh, wow.
Do you know?
I saw. I mean, yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Matthew
Okay.
Perry. Died on this day.
Ketamine.
You know, he invented what he liked to call Matt speak.
Yeah. Thank you, Norm.
Which was
Ketamine.
sarcasm.
That was a sad deal because you take ketamine when you take it, under the auspices of medical attention. It's supposed to help you not be bummed out and on drugs anymore. And then they gave it to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just addicted to this now. This feels awesome."
So he died doing what he loved, though.
He did.
He was on drugs in a hot tub.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go, God, hot tubs rule.
And that was today.
Hold on, that's your takeaway? Hot tubs rule.
It's so cool that you're just like, I could go now. No problem.
All right, guys.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
I was an inspiring sports story. From selling software to NFL All-Pro glory. The most accurate kicker in history. Equally as clutch as NBA great Robert Aubrey. I can kick a field goal from 75 yards. But this weekend that won't be in the cards. I'm basically the kicking version of Rudy. He wasn't really that great. But not this weekend because I have jury duty. Is this a bit? When it comes to field goals, you can always count on me. But not now, cause I'm on jury duty in Tarrant County 297th District Court. Don't be too upset with our team when we're field goal short. When it comes to field goals, you can always count on me. But not now, cause I'm on jury duty in Tarrant County 297th District Court. Don't be too upset with our team when we're field goal short. Don't worry, Jerry Jones will just blame Mike. Well, I'm with 11 other citizens trying to get the verdict right. Not guilty. All of this for probably a drunken HEB bar fight. So typical. While our team is an extra point away from tying on Sunday night. San Francisco. I guess I am just an average regular guy with a hell of a list. Just wanted to sell software or soccer until my wife told me, hey, why don't you kick in the NFL? No problem. I did that better than any kicker ever. Oh well. So now I can't kick because she opened that letter in the mail. Jury duty. When it comes to field goals, you can always count on me. But not now, cause I'm on jury duty in Tarrant County 297th District Court. Don't be too upset with our team when we're field goal short. When it comes to field goals, you can always count on me. But not now, cause I'm on jury duty in Tarrant County 297th District Court. Don't be too upset with our team when we're field goal short.